call him raunchy, some call him brilliant, others just call him. But to his millions of radio listeners, there is no one quite like him. Now the most controversial man on radio is finally getting his own TV show on WWOR-TV this summer, and I hope he does just incredibly well because I adore him. Will you please welcome the outrageous, the unpredictable, the very funny, I'll be the judge of that, Howard Stern.
Hey, good morning, everybody. What's happening? Yeah. Right? What a sucky job this is. I mean, it's good, but it also sucks when you have to get up at 4 in the morning. How many more weeks to vacation?
3.
3 weeks to vacation? That's too long.
Jackie didn't even have to count that up.
No. Can we move it up?
No.
Start next week. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll come back. We'll start the show.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. We're back with The Howard Stern Show.
Yeah,
here's Howard.
I'm in the crappiest of moods. I am so exhausted.
You should have had my weekend.
I couldn't get to sleep last night. So I watched the game. And then last night, that lightning woke me up.
There was lightning?
Oh, my God. Lightning, thunder, rain.
I miss it all.
There's a big, that's the problem with living in an apartment in Manhattan in one of these high-rises. You don't know what the hell's going on. You might as well be sequestered.
I don't know what's happening in the world.
The OJ jury knows more what's going on in the world.
They could put me on that jury.
I know. You know, it's funny. People ask me what I do when we go on vacation, and we have a 2-week vacation coming up. And it's always funny because I actually do live commercials the first 3 days of my vacation. I'm in such a mindset.
Even when you're at home?
Even when I'm at home, I do. I'm practicing.
Break into a commercial spontaneously.
Yeah, I do about 12 to 15 an hour. It's amazing. Just to keep my chops. I sell stuff to my family. I sold 3 diamond rings to my family last vacation. From Tom Calacino at Fidelity Diamond.
So you can actually see your commercials working.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Family says, hey, what do you want to do today? I go, why don't we go to Six Flags Great Adventure? You know, they've got negative G's.
Viper,
the new ride. And, you know, don't forget about Batman the ride. It's amazing.
No, but you know what you missed this weekend? It was the opening of Pocahontas in Central Park.
Did you go to that?
I happened to be walking on the street when that whole thing let out.
Yeah. Oh.
And Disney is just, they are in business to torture parents, I think.
I think so.
Because all these people showed up to go sit on AstroTurf in the park at about 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
And didn't get out of there until like 11:30.
And who puts their kid through that?
I don't know, but you see all these
trash
people dragging kids down the street. They got coolers they're carrying.
Who would consider that fun? Then the kids are all out of sorts for the weekend.
And the kids are in rain gear because it rained out there.
Parents, people, humanity makes me so ill. I am just so sickened by humanity. You see, that's why I'm not the president of the United States. I would blow everybody up, my own people.
You'd attack your own country.
I'd drop a bomb on all of Central Park.
It was. I said, who would think that would be a fun thing to do?
I know. I don't know.
And they come prepared. They had the blankets,
the coolers. Anyone with a cooler should be blown up. I guess it's kind of Jackie would enjoy. Jackie, would you actually even enjoy that? Like sitting there from 4 o'clock in the afternoon till like midnight?
Oh, yeah. You know,
it's kind of fun.
It's one thing to go to a concert when there's a bunch of different bands and you're young and getting crazy, but to wait to watch a movie outside, not even
you.
Not even.
I mean, so this has got to be a real low element.
And they were fighting for the tickets.
I know. People were angry.
They were angry that they couldn't go and torture themselves.
Yeah.
Let me get it.
And you see all these miserable kids at that time of the night now being dragged home because they had to be awakened to go home.
Yeah.
I heard the scalpers were up to like $250 or some crazy, stupid amount.
It's the movie that's going to be out for $7 next
And
week.
you can go see it comfortably anytime you want.
Yeah, and you could actually see it. You don't have to be sitting there on the lawn in the middle of a rain. Like, who would want their kid, a young child, sitting in the rain, in a raincoat?
Yeah. Oh, and they were prepared. They had slickers for the kids.
Sick bastards. I tell you, people make me sick.
It was outrageous watching them pour out of the park at that time.
Whose idea of fun is that? Wouldn't you rather just sit home and watch some tube and relax?
And have your kids be able to go to bed when they want to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the kids get sick after a day like
You
that.
think all those kids in the park, where did they go to the bathroom?
I don't know. Oh, just think of all humanity piled into that stupid Central Park. Thousands of people wearing I'm with stupid T-shirts and Mickey Mouse clothing.
And they already had their Pocahontas pillow.
Yeah, right. Oh, they have Pocahontas crap. Well, to watch a cartoon about something that never happened. You know, it's a total fabricated story. Pocahontas was 12 years old. And what's that guy's name? John Miles Standish or whatever?
Oh, I forget.
What's his name? John Smith?
It's John Smith.
Yeah.
He was an old fart. He never laid eyes on Pocahontas.
He's a child molester.
Yeah, he was a child molester.
Chasing her through the woods.
He was chasing what he considered to be a savage. What?
School teacher.
Yeah, high school teacher.
Come here, you redskin.
Pocahontas was a 12-year-old. The reality is that they never had a love affair. It's sitting there and watching that crap. It's sitting there. And,
And on AstroTurf, so it wasn't even like grass. So you got this plastic stuff up your butt.
And then to make matters worse, there was the Puerto Rican Day Parade here.
Yeah, to mix in with all the other trash caused by Disney.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The Puerto Rican Day Parade is frightening. First of all, the Puerto Ricans are out there booing Rudy Giuliani, the best mayor they ever had. In fact, the paper says today, the Latinos are mad at Mayor Giuliani.
For?
Doesn't say. They're just mad at him. They just don't like him. Somehow he's screwing them over.
I see.
Only 29% approval rating with Latinos. So he went out there, and of course they show no respect to the office of the mayor, screaming at him and yelling at him. That's unfortunate. Guy's trying to do public service. They should bring over the mayor of Puerto Rico. Let him run things for a week. So you see how far down the drain we go.
You don't mind having that slide and going through it yourself?
No, just to shut them up. Just screaming at Mayor Giuliani. God's greatest gift to mayors, they're screaming at. Guy's working his balls off for zero pay. And they're sitting and yelling at him. I want to know what the people in that crowd are doing to help anybody. Where is their public service commitment?
Well, they put flags on their cars, and they turned up their car stereos.
What a parade that is. That's no parade. That's a frightening parade. All these parades are frightening. I'm not picking on one ethnic group. It is so wrong to have these parades. Any of them, you name it. It divides people.
It certainly divides the city. You can't get from east to west.
You're not kidding. It creates racial tension or ethnic tension. Whatever these parades are, everyone gets all hooped up and drunk and wants to somehow explore their ethnicity.
Or beat everybody up for their ethnicity.
Yeah. And run around and make barbecues in the middle of our streets. Garbage.
I happened to pass Madison Avenue where they had a mile-high stack of Puerto Rican flags.
Yeah.
To give out.
This is America. It's not Puerto Rico.
And I happened to pass one guy who was driving his car. He had the flag painted on the hood of his car.
You know, and I get called like a racist because I feel this way. I just am patriotic for America. I feel like, hey, now we're in America. Let's all assimilate. Let's all be one. What is this? I'm Puerto Rican, you're
what
this, you're that.
What are you doing here if you love Puerto Rico so much you're painting the flag on the hood of your car?
Yeah, I mean, if you are that devoted to Puerto Rico, that you're defacing your car to be the one thing that might be worth something. What's wrong with you? You shouldn't be here. You should go back to Puerto Rico. You love Puerto Rico too much. And to boo our mayor. I mean, what is this? Is he not your mayor? Do you have no respect for the office of these people? You know what? A lot of people come to this country think that politicians somehow getting $20 million a year to sit there and take this abuse. I say as soon as you see a flag painted from another country on a car, you take the contents of that car, you take the car and the person driving it, you ship them back to Puerto Rico. Yeah, point the car toward Puerto Rico and go straight. Right off the water.
Keep going.
Yeah. It's just, you got to understand something. These parades, they tie up the city. Yeah, you're a resident. You were in the city all weekend.
It was very tough.
Yeah, you can't drive a car. The public transportation can't get through. For what? To celebrate what? Puerto Rico Day. What are you telling me? That's necessary?
And there are a lot of whistles in the Puerto Rican Day parade.
I know, whistling. Constant with the whistles, and everyone has a whistle. You know what? Years ago, a parade meant that there were participants in the parade and people who watched the parade. Now everyone participates in the parade. There's no such thing as a person standing on the side not doing anything. Even those that stand on the side are somehow injecting themselves into the parade by blowing these whistles. That's supposed to blow a whistle. They're celebrating a country they hated so much that they had to leave. And it's great weather. It's a beautiful country. Lush.
Yeah, beautiful beaches.
Beaches.
Get out of here.
Yeah, and they're like, we must leave.
Because you're so proud. Go to the parade.
Why would you leave? Stay there. Make it better. You got a mayor there you must like. I see that, I go crazy with the rude booing of the mayor. You know. So rude.
I don't know why he turns up for these parades.
No, he shouldn't even bother. What's wrong with him? Stay home, like I do. I don't want to go to any parade. I want to go see Pocahontas, nothing. If I want to see Pocahontas, I'll wait till it comes out on video, or I'll wait for an off day when the movie theater is empty, and I'll take my kid. My kid's dying to see Pocahontas. You think I'm at least a little bit intelligent. I would put my kid in a rain slicker, get him there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and wait till midnight to see Pocahontas.
Yeah, you have to, I hope, a comfortable home.
Yeah.
Sit in the grass.
Filth.
Plastic grass.
Yeah, plastic grass laid down by the Disney Corporation.
It was just amazing. And then, to get a good seat, you got to get there early. This movie doesn't start until 8 o'clock.
Of course,
and
it's not dark till 8.
There at 3 or 4.
Yeah. First of all, it doesn't even get dark in the summer around here till like 9 o'clock.
Right. So you probably couldn't even see it.
Yeah, you could see the stupid movie. And 100,000 stinky, sweaty people, all smelly and sitting around you watching that, and your kid's there. That's child abuse. Years ago, they called that child abuse. They should have arrested the parents.
They should have been arrested.
I'm going to take my kids and put them in a concentration camp. Okay. You're going to jail.
At the end of the whole thing, Disney shot off some fireworks, and somebody who was with me said that's a warning that the people are about to pour out of the fire.
Yeah, right. Get ready. Parents should have been arrested on the way out and detained. Put in internment camps, whatever you call those. Deterrent camps.
Deterrent camp.
Yeah. Oh, man, I got to take a break. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle.
629 at The Eagle. This is Brad Baxter, Eagle. It's 634 at 97.1 The Eagle.
Call Howard on the Eagle's toll-free line, 1-800-5-STERN.
Hi, Howard. This is Gloria Estefan, and I told you I watched your show, but it was great being on your radio show. A lot of fun, and hopefully you'll have me back sometime, okay?
Yeah, anytime, baby.
Bye, Howard.
I like a girl with a rod in her back. The way they keeps her nice and straight while I have sex with her. You know what I mean? I don't like her to get all bent up.
Is that rod still there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Sure it is. You don't take something out like that. That's there for life, those rods.
Keep the rod.
Let me tell you something. When women are born, they should put a rod up their back. Keep it in line. Get it over with fast.
Oh, if you rule the world, I'd have to leave.
You'd be in for surgery right now. that rod in your back. Yeah, she's a real woman. Robo-woman, I call her. Yeah. Gloria Estefan. Yeah. Yeah, so if you're just tuning in, we're talking about the fact that New York was under siege this weekend. I stayed home on Long Island, but Robin and Fred were in the city.
We were caught in it.
They had all the white trash and filth loaded into that Pocahontas thing that that little shindig Disney was throwing.
I didn't quite put it that way.
Yeah, well, all human garbage, just taking their kids, dragging them. I don't know. It's like, I have kids. I see they get completely cranky after 1 or 2 hours. I can't imagine what it's like to bring the kids in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Fred said he saw people lining up at 10.
Yeah, 10 o'clock in the morning, right? At Central Park.
10 o'clock in the morning. It was unbelievable. With their kids, and their kids are like half asleep.
Yeah, the kids have nowhere to pee. They have nothing to eat. Just bad food. Bad, greasy food. And everybody's overweight. And they're just sitting there in the park waiting for this movie to start at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. And Disney's probably thrilled. They're like, wow, people are lining up at 10 in the morning, man.
Oh, this is great.
This is great. And it's like, yeah, for who? Not for these kids.
You know what?
And people don't even know how to raise their children.
And on the news, they had some shots of the souvenir stands, and you saw people like dressed in like tatters, like passing over the $50 bills and the $20 bills for all kinds of crazy.
Yeah, right. Well, Robin said she saw lots of Pocahontas pillows.
Oh, yeah.
And blankets.
I just couldn't believe it. Everybody had a blanket. I wouldn't even know what to take to an event like that. So obviously we're out of the loop.
Take a gun with you. Pack your rifle.
But all these people seem to know. They all come prepared.
Yeah, they all know what to wear. They all know what to bring.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that I should have a raincoat for my child.
Yeah, outdoor slicker.
When you slicker.
And it's just like, the thing starts at 8 o'clock. You should be able to line up at 7:30 and get in.
Yeah.
Just go to the movies.
That's okay. Why would I want to see Pocahontas on a 10-foot screen, sitting on the ground in an uncomfortable position?
With my kids who have been up now all day.
Yeah, who are now sweaty and dirty and
disgusting.
Miserable.
Yeah. I don't get the fun of that. In that Puerto Rican Day parade, Robin was telling me in her neighborhood. Robin lives in a really she upscale neighborhood.
No, I don't live in a
upscale
neighborhood.
She does. She lives in the best part of Manhattan. And Puerto Rican Day parade means that's where everyone takes over her street.
That is not true. I didn't say anything.
Well,
she said they turn it into a slum.
Yeah. She said all that rabble comes walking through. And then tell what the guy said. Robin's walking down the street. You know, trying to have a nice day. And everyone walks with their head down because they don't want to be yelled at by Puerto Ricans.
All the people who are usually strolling down the street with their strollers and having a nice family there are now walking with their heads down.
Right.
So that they don't upset these new people.
Right. And they're angry. What are the Puerto Ricans angry about?
I don't know.
Angry.
But they seem to take great pride in just going through any street, blaring music very loudly, and daring anyone to say,
turn down your music.
Loud.
Yeah, because it's their day.
So anyway, I was trying to get home, and somebody just said, "Hey, mommy, I like a big, fat black woman."
Hey, mommy? What do you call you, mommy? Mommy. What was he, an old guy?
Oh, toothless.
Toothless old Puerto Rican guy. Hey, mommy.
You're not fat, you're just right.
What a nice man.
I got a lot of money.
Wow. I hope you held your head up high, Robin.
So that was the Puerto Rican Day parade to me.
Yeah. Great day.
I got to be a part of it, too.
Well, they had the Hispanic Society of New York Fire Department. They had the Hispanic Society of Sanitation Department, Hispanic Society of Department of Parks, Hispanic Society of Department of Transportation, Hispanic Society of Court Officers. What is it?
You know the party really starts on Friday night for this.
Yeah.
What happens is they all tape Puerto Rican flags to the hood of their car, and then the cars travel in caravans. Gorilla saw this.
Yeah.
They travel in caravans all over the city, and they have nowhere to go.
Right.
They just drive around,
and
everybody hangs out, the windows with beers going, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, right, Puerto Rico. Why doesn't anyone go back to Puerto Rico? I don't understand.
What, are they looking for Puerto Rico? Is that what?
Yeah, they're lost. I like that stuff they sell on the street, those pigs on a stick. It looks like Lord of the Flies. Remember that scene in Lord of the Flies when they took that the pig's head, and they ran around with it at the end? People run through the streets with pigs' heads. Ugh.
One year when
all these parades. Don't get me wrong. I'm not just picking on Puerto Ricans. I know I'm going to get branded a racist because, oh, you wanted to say this about the Puerto Ricans.
Right.
Why don't you say this about St. Patty's Day? I do say it about St. Patty's Day. Bunch of drunken bums running around vomiting in the street.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous day then, too. When you've got vomit to jump over at every corner.
Yeah. It's just these parades are full of it. And all the Puerto Ricans standing there yelling and screaming, and they're all angry and honking their horns and blaring out this godforsaken music, and then yelling at the mayor in such a disrespectful way. I mean, you know, hey, you got a beef with the mayor. Okay, hey, it's the Puerto Rican Day Parade. The man shows up. He's a public servant. He is trying. Maybe you disagree with some of his policies, but Christ's sake.
When he shows up to your parade, say thank you and welcome.
Yeah.
That's like inviting somebody to your house and spitting on them.
I know. It's just weird.
Don't invite him.
I'd just like to know how much it cost the city. Did you see the mess after Pocahontas?
Yeah.
And then as soon as
No. Disney paid to clean up the Pocahontas mess.
Because then as soon as they cleaned that up, once the parade spills over into Central Park, and that's another huge.
I got a feeling Disney, unbeknownst to them, paid for a lot of the cleanup of the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Maybe they just waited till Sunday night.
I think they might have scheduled it close by so that they could get the cleanup done 2 for 1.
Yeah, I think Disney was a bunch of dupes. They got suckered into doing that thing during the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Because the Puerto Rican Day Parade, pound for pound, has to be the worst garbage on the streets afterwards. I mean, people just cook in the middle of the streets and then just leave everything there.
Carcasses.
Yeah. Pigs' heads.
Bones.
Yeah, I mean, it's disgusting. It's just disgusting, and it costs the city millions of dollars to clean up. What do we need it for? Somebody get smart. What is it? Don't tell me that adds to anything, any of the culture of this city. That's culture. I don't want it. So what happened? You walked out of your apartment, what was it, Sunday morning?
Yeah, I went out, I had some friends here for the weekend, and we went to have brunch.
What day was the parade? Saturday?
Sunday.
Sunday. So Sunday morning it started early.
Well, people were filing in.
Yeah.
Because I went out to breakfast at about 11. And they were already making their way toward Fifth Avenue to get into full swing probably by about noon or 1. And so by the time I came out, it was in full swing.
The neighborhood was under siege. Great. That's great. Great day. It's a great day in our city.
Yeah, well, we all enjoy it. We like the evening parade.
You don't know how lucky you are if you live anywhere else but here. I go out to Arizona. God, is that beautiful. Wide open spaces, no parades. No Pocahontas premieres. It's just so beautiful. Oh, these people are living in paradise. Phoenix.
They don't even know it. They don't know what they've got.
Oh, they know it. They let you know it every minute, too. How you live in New York? I go, I don't know. For my stupid job. For my dumb job.
You could do this job anywhere. What are we still doing here?
I've often thought of that, but that one nagging thing about, guests coming to New York and stuff, so that sort of gets in the way. Let me take a few phone calls, because I have nothing better to do. Quite frankly, I ran out of stuff to say 2 years ago. I played cards Saturday night.
Oh, yeah, how'd that go? I didn't know whether you were for real about that.
Yeah, I'll let you know everything that happened.
All right.
Jackie, you never came, did you?
No, I didn't make it.
Yeah, because we moved the game. We didn't play at the hotel, so.
Jackie would have showed up at the wrong place.
Yeah, I woke up Sunday morning and I went, I wonder if Jackie came.
I would have called you.
All right. Hey, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing?
All right.
What's...
All right. That's you. I wish I could curse on this friggin' show. Can't curse. Can't say how you feel. Cleveland, you're on the air.
Hey, how's it going?
I mean, I'm a born again Christian, and I feel like using foul language after this weekend.
Well, I really am one, but
yeah, well, I am too. Okay.
I call a lot of sports talk stations with like false names and that sort of thing. I'm kind of interested in that guy you had on the other day about whether it is really legal. Like, if you say you're from a different city, is that still legal?
No, that is illegal. If you call another radio station and you lie about the city you're from, that's illegal. They can arrest you for that.
Really?
Yeah, of course. Well, figure it out. I mean, if they let that go by, that means everyone will start lying about what city they're from.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, everyone who tunes into these shows won't know what city anyone's from. So they do have certain regulations about that.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. So you can lie about your name, but never lie about what city you're calling from.
Okay.
Because they'll lock you up and throw away the key. And it's so stupid, those laws, but they exist, and you got to be very careful.
Well, I don't lie about my names. I just have a lot of nicknames.
Oh, nicknames. That's all right. But you never lie about where you come from.
Okay.
Did you lie about where you came from?
I have a time or two, and then they threaten to call the police.
Right. Well, you're lucky they didn't. You would have been in the slammer, my friend.
Yeah.
Where did you say you were calling from?
From malaria.
Malaria.
I'm really calling from Medina. Jim from Medina, JFM.
Fine to change your name. Don't lie about where you come from, okay?
I want to be the Howard Stern of Sports Talk.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, man.
Bye-bye. He wants to be the Howard Stern of Sports Talk. That means he wants to work in sports talk and never get laid. Be just like me.
But how's he going to do that by calling into these sports shows?
I don't know. As long as he doesn't lie where he's from, Robin. There's a law on the books about that. Can you imagine how dumb that guy is?
When he went for that, I just said,
he's
pitiful.
Low on the IQ.
He's just pitiful.
I didn't have sex the whole weekend. Another sexless weekend.
Why was that?
Why? Because that's the way it is. I've married the same person 20 years.
Hey, Rock, call me.
Hey.
Who is this?
It's Howard. You're on the air.
Let me talk to Rock.
Shut up. Stupid ass. So funny. So friggin' funny.
See, I don't understand how you could be at home all weekend. Did you ask? Did you indicate?
No, I'm tired of that.
Oh.
You're on the air, Vegas. I don't even want sex, so I don't care. Vegas, you're on the air.
How you doing, Stern?
Good. What can I do for you?
I was just curious. I don't like them spooks either,
Another loveless weekend for me.
I don't know.
Dude,
man.
I'm not going to put up with this.
Hey, man, shut up.
Oh, the love out there.
He doesn't like the spooks. Phoenix, you're on the air.
Morning, Howard.
Morning, my friend. I bet you're feeling chipper this morning, waking up in beautiful temperatures, no humidity.
It's incredible. 20 degrees below normal.
Yeah, okay, what can I do for you?
Hey, are you still having problems with the Phoenix station, with them running your bumper music and stuff?
No, I never had any problem with the Phoenix station.
Because they have their own bumpers, and they do their sports updates during your show here, and I thought you ought to know.
No, they're morons, too. I mean, what am I going to tell you? Each one of our...
They just started. How did they get onto the...
I don't know. I'll have to get a tape.
So they have a guy that comes on and says, "Don't you just love listening to Howard?" They go the music, and it just sounds very corny.
Yeah, I know. I got all kind of dummy asses.
All kinds of help.
They don't have to. Yeah, they don't have to do a thing. The show is completely prepackaged. All you have to do is run the commercials. They add their own special form of garbage to it. Well, hey, listen, what can I do? Let them do what they want.
What are you going to do, Howard? Hey, I just started listening to your show a couple weeks ago, and I started watching the E! Show last week, and I asked some questions I hope you won't mind answering.
All right, well, just ask them. Stop with the preamble.
Okay, Jackie, how come he wears those things on his fingers?
Because he writes with a lot of ink and paper, and it irritates his fingers. Next.
And why is Robin behind the glass?
Because she prefers to have her own little area to work in.
Big fan, Howard. See you
Thank
later.
you. Bye-bye. Some dumb questions. Nothing of substance.
Everybody thinks it would be such an elevation or something, or it'd be more important if I were in there.
The show would be better if you were in here.
Somehow that would
bothers people that you're over there.
My,
right.
Esteem or something.
Why are you sitting there?
Why does she have to be in a separate room?
Because we couldn't talk about her if she was in the room with us.
Well, I couldn't assume that they were talking about me
right.
if they were in the same room.
You can assume we're talking about it. There's plenty to talk about there. She's got a whole bunch of things going on. Los Angeles, you're on the air.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, well, too bad. The guy used the S word. I had to hang up on him. Maybe you should screen the calls, Gary. I can't take it. It's a show full of morons. It's been an all-moron weekend. Between the parade, the Pocahontas opening, now the phone calls. Humanity is sickening. It's a very low level.
You should see what these people pouring out of it. Some of them, they find parking places on the street.
How do they do that? I've lived in New York my entire life. I've yet to find a parking spot on the street ever.
But they know how to do it.
Yeah, they park.
They would pour out of the park with dragging their blankets and then walk up to this beat-up
car.
Car with the fenders falling off.
How'd they even get ticket? Supposedly you needed a ticket to get into that Pocahontas.
Yeah.
How did they even?
Some kind of a lottery, and I don't know how it was run.
Look who won.
But it was very funny. I said, "Oh, you came all the way into town in that."
Yeah, we had a card game Saturday night. That was kind of good. I got out of the house. It's the only time I left the house all weekend.
Where'd you play this time if you moved it?
We played over at Dominic's office, Dominic Barber's office. The Garden City Hotel was packed.
Really?
There was some Belmont thing going on this weekend. Some Belmont Steaks or what is it?
Oh, was it the Belmont Steaks this weekend too?
I don't know.
Part of the Triple Crown.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 2 weeks after the Preakness. I guess it was.
I don't know why the Garden City Hotel was busy because of that.
Well, I guess that's the place to stay.
So we couldn't get a room there. Is the show over yet? I really don't want to do it today. Can I go home?
You are cranky. You're very cranky.
Oh, I'm really cranky.
What are you doing with a Nick shirt on?
Just thought I'd wear it. Look kind of colorful. I thought it would look nice. Saw my tattoos.
What tattoos?
My 2 tattoos.
You still got those things on?
Yeah, my X-Men tattoo.
Man, it held up.
Yeah, look at them. Aren't they great? They're almost, I think they're real. And Ralph said to me, "Don't you shower?" I go, "Yeah, I showered 2 or 3 times already, and it doesn't come off."
And is as bright as they were?
No, they're a little faded, but pretty bright. Couldn't tell you. So, what was it talking about?
Card game.
Oh, the card game.
Had it at Dominic's office.
And Dominic catered. He brought in food. We played Saturday night, and Neil couldn't play because he had to go to a wedding, and Ronnie couldn't play because he had to go to a wedding.
Oh.
And the whole time I got there, everyone was screaming, "Let's go to Scores. Just go look at girls."
So it's not even a card game anymore.
Yeah, and I said, you know what? I can't go do that. I don't want to go into the city just to have some girls dance around naked and get me more horny.
Not, especially not on a Saturday night.
Yeah, and remind me more of the fact that I don't get laid.
You might have to have sex on
Yeah.
Saturday night.
So I said to Dominic, "Why don't you just hire a couple of Scores girls come dance at the card game?" But he never did it. No, because you know what happened is, he goes, "You really want that?" I go, "Yeah, I would like that." He goes, "All right, I'll get that." And I go, No, you really shouldn't. And when I say no, don't get it, that means get it.
Uh-huh.
But I don't want to be the one to say, "Go get Scores girls."
Yeah, you're making the suggestion, and then the book will come out. How would always want it?
Scores girls. Yeah, so I just said, forget it. So then there were no Scores girls there, and
you know what? You should set up like a Las Vegas night kind of thing where you have different games and you have girl dealers and all that stuff. And, you could have your one-on-one games where you could just talk to, you and your girl.
Yeah, one-on-one card games. Yeah, you should have been a guy. You would have been a lot more fun.
I don't know what's wrong with you guys. How come you can't think of this stuff?
So, anyway, so the game ended up being a bunch of different guys that usually plays.
Did you know them?
No, there was some usual guys and some. Yeah, well, it was me, Dominic. Dominic's a weird guy. Dominic's this lawyer we know. He's got really nice offices too. So we ate in his conference room, and then we cleaned that up and played cards. And we had really good Italian food and all different dishes and chicken and sausage and all kinds of stuff. Noodles. Eggplant parmesan. Dominic knows how to eat. You don't weigh 500 pounds and not know how to eat. That's a sin when you weigh 500 pounds and don't know how to eat. And Dominic, of course, stands around the whole night and goes, "Come on, everybody, eat." And he doesn't eat a thing for a while.
I was going to say, did he eat?
I go, "Dominic, why? You know you're salivating. Go and dig in and eat." No. Everybody take first. He's always the gentleman.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the rest of the night, he's up at the table eating, and then he goes in another room and hides and eats, because he disappears for about 20 minutes. It's the funniest thing. We go, "Dominic's eating." Dominic weighs like 900 pounds.
Does he really think people don't know that he eats?
So you got to hear who's at the card game. It's me, Dan Foreman, of course.
He got out.
Executive producer of the Channel 4 News.
I was worried about him.
He goes, "I always could get out. You guys make jokes on the air. My wife doesn't fuzzy with me. The only thing I had to check was my schedule. I didn't have to check with my wife." And every guy tries to sit and prove to me that he doesn't have to check with his wife.
I'm the king of my castle.
Right. So it was me, Dan, Dominic, Lloyd, Lindsey Young.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, dear. You couldn't have had that card game without me.
It was my idea to invite Lloyd, Lindsey Young.
That's funny.
Yeah, because we were short a couple of guys, and I spoke to Dominic and said, hey, Dan is in a regular card game with Lloyd, Lindsey Young. Invite Lloyd.
Did Lloyd have any money?
Lloyd, Lindsey Young is this weather guy on Channel 9.
Is he still on Channel 9? Because remember, the negotiation was going on, and his son got bumped.
Well, I thought, oh, that's right, Lloyd still works there. I thought Lloyd, in my confused state, I thought Lloyd was fired.
No, his son was fired.
Because I was in there bad-mouthing Channel 9 to Lloyd, and I'm going, that effing, and there's a guy there I hate, so I was, screaming about him.
Yeah.
And Lloyd wouldn't pipe in at all. Lloyd kept quiet, and I realized. I was bad-mouthing him to make Lloyd feel better.
Right, you were trying to be on his side, but he's still in negotiations.
Yeah, I didn't realize he's still employed there.
Yeah.
Because I was goofing on, what is it, Gary?
Whenever you're done, I screened some calls for you if you're interested.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh,
you can
good.
either talk to a woman in Albany who read something that Larry King said about you, or you could talk to a guy. I got to remember what other.
I was in the middle of talking about a card game.
I know. You told me to screen the calls. I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
Guy had sex with his wife and his stepsister.
Oh, yeah? Well, maybe I ought to get to the card game in a minute. He's a bad producer.
No, you said screen some calls.
It's okay, but when I'm in the middle of talking about something, now I'm into a new thing.
All right, so
you're a bad producer. Goodbye.
Get a new one.
Right.
Monkey.
I got to get a new one. I feel bad for you.
Ralph said you were in a bad mood this morning.
Yeah, get out of here. He comes in the middle of...
Don't.
He sees that you're on to another subject. Why wouldn't he?
I don't know. He knows how to break a roll.
Leave.
Why don't you just give me lunch in the middle of breakfast? That's what you just did. I thought you needed something to do, Wolf. And he sits there with that dumb expression on his face, waiting for me to acknowledge him. His head. Anyway, where was I?
Lloyd, Lindsey Young, how you were bad-mouthing Channel 9 in front of him.
Everybody on hold, just hold on, okay? I'll get to you after the commercials. Yeah, so I got in there, and I felt bad for Lloyd, because I said, Lloyd, man, I hate that effing Channel 9, and I hate, this certain guy, I'm not going to say his name, who I hate over there, but I really hate the guy. The guy's a filthy liar. And then he goes, he wouldn't even answer.
Oh.
He was just like, oh, I'm not getting involved in this. And I was like, hey, Lloyd, man, you got fired over there. He goes, no, I didn't. And I said, man, Lloyd's in denial. Lloyd doesn't know he's been fired. He's not the Channel 9 weatherman anymore.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I swear, I said to Ralph afterwards, that was the strangest thing, Lloyd not copping to the fact that he'd been fired.
No,
and I felt bad during the card game for the guy. He wanted to play Deuces Wild, and I never played Deuces Wild, so let Lloyd play Deuces Wild. You know why? I said, hey, the guy lost his job. And then I felt really bad when Lloyd was losing, because Lloyd evidently always loses. Dan told me before the game, no matter what, Lloyd is always good for between $90 to $120, and then he's out. And sure enough, Lloyd lost like $120.
And then...
Yeah, and then left. And someone saw him in the corner going through his wallet, checking to see how much money he'd lost.
Oh. Yeah, he was standing in
the
corner like that.
Did you see him doing that? Yeah. It's bad.
He's counting his 20s.
Yeah, right.
Does he just not know how to play cards, or did the luck just not fall in?
He knows how to play. It's just... He just always loses. He's a loser.
It's Lloyd.
It's Lloyd. And it's real weird, too, because you know how it was really strange. Everyone was talking about it afterwards. You know how Lloyd on TV is like, and now the weather. And at the game, he just sits there, doesn't say a word. It's like having a wooden puppet.
But when he talks in that voice.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, Howard,
I'm going to deal now.
Yeah.
I'll take one card.
Yeah, like all of a sudden he'll go, Deuces Wild.
And it's sort of like an explosion. It's not a statement.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
How bad did you guys break his balls? Take it easy.
We took it easy on him because we all thought he was...
No.
Yeah, well, we also thought he was fired. Yeah.
I thought he was fired.
Yeah, so did I. I felt kind of bad for the guy. And Lloyd looks like he's from another planet. You know that weird thing he does with his lips and everything?
Well,
he goes to,
his bottom lip goes like this.
Yeah, he does weird stuff with his mouth.
Yeah. He's like...
I mean, if you start watching Lloyd too much, you're going to lose.
You get caught up.
You get caught up in Lloyd.
It's distracting.
And then Dan, who worked with Lloyd for years, goes and plays cards with him. Hey, Lloyd, why don't you do your impression of, who is it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, right. He has like Lloyd do stuff.
So Lloyd performs.
Lloyd does impressions of the World Wrestling Federation, the announcer at the World Wrestling Federation.
And has him tell anecdotes. And
yeah, it was weird. But Lloyd won't talk unless Dan tells him to talk.
So Dan is his prompter.
Yeah, Dan goes, hey, Lloyd, I did an impression of the World Wrestling Federation. And then all of a sudden, it's weird. It was a weird card game. And then
he's Dan's monkey.
Yeah. But we were playing with the Channel 9 weather guy. Lloyd. He's a cool guy, though. I would play with him again.
Yeah? You had fun with Lloyd?
Yeah.
He definitely added.
Yeah, he did.
Plus he lost.
And then Stan Dworkin was there, my lieutenant governor.
Oh, so he got in.
Yeah, who everybody didn't want to play with. Nobody wanted to play with him, and I felt kind of bad. I don't know, I thought Stan was a nice guy, but I guess he doesn't look cool because he has hair growing out of his ears.
Oh, he didn't keep up with his grooming.
So Dominic is sitting next to Stan Dworkin, the guy, my running mate when I ran for governor. And Dominic starts, like when Stan isn't looking at me, Dominic turns his head and goes, look, hair in his ears, hair in his ears. Now, everyone has noticed that Stan has hair in his ears.
Stan is a werewolf.
Yeah, right. And he goes, hair in his ears. And I go, you know what? I just got pissed off, and I just said, hey, Dominic, take a look in the mirror.
How dare he?
I mean, Stan has a couple of hairs growing out of his ears. Look at the...
That he can't help.
You've got a belly like Jell-O. And then Dominic evidently was having a party on Sunday, so he all Saturday he laid out in the sun to get this tan, like a beached whale.
Oh, no.
Meanwhile, a 900-pound guy with a tan, it's like nothing's going to help.
It was red, and
he looked like an Indian.
It's tan tomorrow.
How come you didn't play, Stuttering John?
It's Dominic on the phone.
Yeah, how come you didn't play?
So I was going to the shore with Stein.
Oh. Sorry. Okay.
He had a date.
Stein is the name.
Stein.
Hey, man.
Hello.
So Dominic got himself... Dominic weighs like 900 pounds.
At least.
And then he had laid out in the sun. He goes, I wanted to look good for my party.
Oh, red.
Meanwhile, you're goofing on Stan Dworkin's hair in his ears.
Let me ask one
You were
question.
so bloated.
I may have missed the beginning of the story. Have you told the Dan Foreman story yet?
Not yet. I haven't gotten to the good part yet. No, this is just preamble. All right, I'll tell it now.
It's incredible.
So, for about 20 minutes, we finally finished eating, which is like a food orgy. Dominic put out a big spread. Yeah, great food.
Giulio Cesare in Mineola, the best.
Did they give you free food?
No.
So what are you plugging them for?
I like them.
All right.
Next time it'll be free.
If Dominic goes and gets food, you know it's going to be good. Because when Dominic goes to get deli food and like Jewish food, he goes,
knows where to go.
I go to the Zabe House. I have my driver drive all the way into the city and get trays of lox and white for
Was it the best we ever had?
Yeah, it was great. We had really great Italian food.
Great game.
He even got Jaeger. Hey, wasn't it fun having Lloyd Lindsey Young to look at?
But nothing compares to Dan. Nothing ever.
All right, so Dan was...
I just got to know why he doesn't like Stan Dworkin.
I like Stan.
No, you don't. You didn't want Stan to play, and then you were goofing on the hair in his ears the whole night.
That's not true. I like him. But, the election's over. Let's go on. We got senators, presidents.
Next.
Howard does my voice the entire night now. That's it.
So anyway... And Dominic only worries about me the whole night like a wife.
Right, he's watching you to make sure you're happy.
And Dominic goes,
Howard, I've got a special fruit platter for you. A special fruit platter. Because I like shrimp and fruit platter. Can I get you everything?
Yeah, and every minute he gets up, he goes,
Howard, watermelon. It's so sweet. Please, let me get you a piece. Delicious. You see the fruit platter?
Yeah, the fruit platter. Dominic's little fruit after like 900 pounds of Italian food.
Come on, it's healthy. Look at this. Kiwi fruit. Kiwis. They have a little seed to get them all.
Dominic has to wear a special beeper in case Joey commits any felonies over the weekend.
He's on call.
In the middle of the card game.
Anyway, so we're in the middle of the... Dominic, don't you tell this story because it's disaster.
He's decided it's time to go on.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Dominic.
Enough dishing on Dominic.
Yeah, right.
No, you got to hear this.
And Dominic's got like really nice law offices and stuff.
Thank you.
And his name is out front, Dominic A. Barbara. It's like written bigger than the McDonald's sign. Right on what street are you on? He's on Stewart Avenue.
You mean outside of the building?
Yeah.
Oh,
it says Dominic A. Barbara. It's just like, it should be a neon.
1,000 served.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
and then Dominic has like his Rolls Royce Corniche parked out front and his limousine.
And we had a bodyguard.
And his bodyguard.
Oh,
We had this guy named Bill Stanton, who was a bodyguard.
Yeah, we had him there. He had he was cool. He was the coolest guy there because he carried a gun. He had like a big gun on his waist.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's cool.
He's really cool.
Yeah.
He's got like guns and stuff.
Yeah, he's a pumped up bodybuilder with a gun.
you know, Ralph, you really behaved very well at my office. How come?
I did? I'm sorry. I'll try not to next time.
Anyway, so the guy wears this gun to protect the food, so Dominic won't lose any of it in case someone comes and tries to rob his food. So anyway,
he's got to make sure that delivery is made.
Yeah. So anyway, who else was at the game? Oh, and Bob, your driver.
Right, Bob.
Okay, Bob.
And Ratso for a little.
And Ratso for a little while. I brought Ratso over.
I love Ratso.
Does Ratso play cards?
No, he just eats and then leaves.
I love him.
I said, Ratso, Dominic's gonna have a bunch of free food. You want to come over for dinner? He goes, okay. Fantastic. So we're playing cards. We're 15 minutes finally into the game, and it took like and Wayne Siegel was there too, and we took like hours just to divide the chips up.
And the food.
And it just took forever, and we're finally going to get to play cards. And you know what? It's too many guys or too big a table or something, but it's just like it takes like forever just to get through one hand.
Oh.
You know, and I like to have cards being played.
I mean, you don't have enough for 2 games? You got everybody at one table?
Yeah, no, it was one table, but I don't know. It was just...
It was great.
It slows down sometimes.
It's just slow sometimes. And then we're sitting there. We're 15 minutes into the game, and Dan and Ralph, there's a huge pot on the table, okay? Good-sized pot. First big pot of the night. Everyone's out, except for it comes down to Dan Foreman and Ralph. They're the 2 guys left.
Oh, what a team.
And Dominic is sitting next to Dan, and I'm sitting next to Ralph, okay? And the game's going on, and they're like, Dan's like, I'll raise you $5. And Ralph's like, son, give you $5 to give you $5 back. And it goes on, and then, it's 7-card stud. Comes time to reveal your cards. Ralph reveals his cards, and he's got...
2 pair.
He has 2 pair. He has 2 pair.
No, he's Ralph.
Dominic, you're just unbearable.
Quiet down.
Quiet down. So Ralph reveals his 2 pair.
Okay.
Dan goes, well, I beat you. I got 2 pair. He takes his cards out, and he has, 7s and 5s, okay? A better hand.
Uh-huh.
We look down at Dan's hand. He didn't have 2 pair. He has a pair.
He only has 1 pair.
Yeah. So we go, Dan, you only have a pair. He goes, that's it, I'm leaving. We go, what do you mean? He goes, Dominic switched my cards. I know I started out, I had a pair of 5s underneath, and Dominic took my cards and slid one of my cards out.
Right.
So he goes, that's it, cash in my money, I'm leaving.
Ooh.
2 red 5s. 2 red 5s.
So I got really pissed off, and I know Dominic must have done it, because Dan's a good card player. Dominic switched the cards.
What is wrong with Dominic?
Dominic, just admit it already. Stop.
Number one, you have to understand that not only he stands up, and the whole place, like, we don't know what to do. He's screaming about leaving.
Yeah, but you switched the cards, didn't you?
I swear, not only didn't I switch the cards.
Dominic maintains he didn't switch the cards.
I don't think he did.
I do.
Howard.
What?
How long have you been playing cards? I have never, ever been in the card game where somebody said that they had something and put it down and they had forgotten.
Well, then you don't play cards a lot.
Well, let me tell you what happened.
I've never heard of anybody ever doing that.
No, what? It does happen. Like, I noticed.
That's a mistake.
Once in a while, you do look and you make a mistake. But wait a second. Let me just say something. So, all of a sudden, Dan is yelling and screaming at Dominic.
He really got angry.
He got angry. I thought he was going to cry. He goes, I said I'm leaving. Now, he had driven here with Lloyd, Lindsey, so Dan didn't even have a car. So Dan was going to get up and leave, and he goes, I don't care. I don't care if I don't have a car. I'll walk right out now, and I'll get a cab, or I'll just walk to Roosevelt Field and get a cab. So he was like on fire, and he was cashing his chips.
He's at his funniest when he's mad.
Yeah, right. Oh, you had to see it. You would have died.
So you guys...
He was on fire. He was almost crying. He was going to get in a fist fight with Dominic.
Oh.
And Dominic was saying, I swear I didn't touch it. Meanwhile, Dominic had been yanking Dan all night, because as soon as Dan would get up, he would steal his chips. Dominic was swiping chips off the table off of Dan. Dominic doesn't think I see what's going on. So, obviously, he must have screwed with Dan's card.
You probably did.
What?
$10,000 to a $100 bet. We both take a lie detector test. Whether I did it or whether he made a mistake.
All right. So, anyway, then it gets real ugly. So, finally, I just stand up. I said, look, man, this is ridiculous. Ralph wanted the money from the winnings, and Dan wanted the money from... I gave it to Dan, and I gave $50 to Ralph.
What was the pot?
Whatever it was, $50, $75. I gave him the money.
Oh, man.
And then Dan goes, and everyone calmed down afterwards, but it was like 20 minutes of fighting and yelling, and...
We ended up splitting the pot.
This is supposed to be a friendly card game.
Yeah, but you know what? I can't figure out, did Dan make a mistake, or did Dominic fix the cards again?
Why would I switch the cards? It wasn't even funny. Giving you
it was hysterical.
That's funny.
What?
Giving you
Nah, you did it.
I did not.
Really?
I swear I did not.
So Dan made a mistake.
No, he made a mistake, and you know what happens? It's a 2 and a 5. That might be the reason. I thought about it. The 2 looks like the 5, and that might have been the reason.
So I swear on the life of my children, I did not do that.
I swear on my life, my children, I did not do it. And when Robin, would I lie like that?
I don't know you.
No, you're not in court. You're a lawyer.
Listen, how about the special of the night, the Father Hamley special with Ralph?
All right, Dominic, thanks for the call. What's he talking about? I don't know. He's just so unfunny.
He's got an agenda.
Yeah, he got a whole thing.
He had a card game you guys didn't have.
Yeah, right.
You ruined that story.
For a couple of times, though, Dominic has done something to the cards because he did it with you.
Yeah.
So he is capable of doing that.
Dan stood up and he goes, the last time Dominic did something with the cards, we swore we'd never play them again, and I'm not standing for it. I'm not going to do it anymore.
You don't know the history.
Yeah, you don't know the history. And then Lloyd, Lindsey Young was even like, hey, what's the big deal? Come on, man, calm down. And then Dan was like, you don't know the history. You don't know the history.
Fool me once.
And he was on fire and like almost tears in his eyes.
Oh, I wish I could believe it.
He was red and yelling and screaming. And Lloyd Lindsey just sits there like I think he's retarded. I don't know what he just stood there.
He just wants to play cards.
Yeah, he wants to play cards. He doesn't care. And he's like, Dan was leaving. He didn't care.
So who's dealing?
Yeah.
He didn't care.
Yeah.
How's the deal? I get another Coca-Cola?
Yeah. It was great.
The only thing Lloyd's missing is drool on the side of his mouth.
He's a pisser, that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
I'll play with him again. So anyway, that was my big Saturday night. We played till like 1 in the morning. I, of course, was the big winner.
How much did you win?
I won like, I don't know, $500.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You cleaned up in blackjack. I mean,
Yeah.
I was winning big until blackjack.
I cleaned up in blackjack, and then we play this stupid game where everybody just throws in $40.
Uh-huh.
What happens is first you throw in $20. So it's 8 guys, $20, $160 in the pot. Dominic deals 7 cards. Whoever wins the high hand, boom, wins.
Yeah?
No, it's all luck.
No wrangling, no cards given.
Stan Dworkin won the $20 pot. Then we played for $30. Stan Dworkin wins again.
Uh-huh.
But yours truly took the $40 pot. So I cleaned up pretty good.
That was annoying when Stan won twice.
Yeah, Stan won twice, and everyone was pissed off.
That's why Dominic doesn't want him there.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so that was my night. Hey, I guess there's some people on hold. Maybe we lost them. I don't know. We'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to the Howard Stern.
Hey, Papa Fooey, now's the time you start screening the calls.
97.1, The Eagle.
712 at the Eagle. This is Brad Baxter, Eagle. It's 716 at 97.1 The Eagle.
Howard, Harley, and Fuel Clock. 97.1 The Eagle. You're listening to the Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
Jackie Jokeman Marlowe. 350 filthy jokes on CD or cassette. It's $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special. Buy 2, get 1 free. 1-800-323-KING. That's the number to call. Visit Jokeland on the World Wide Web. For jokes and Jokeland's internet address, call 516-9221. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. I'm sitting here reading the newspaper. Linda Stasi's column has a article on John Gotti's daughter. Boy, she's hot.
I knew you were going to say that. That is not a girl to mess around with.
No, I'll mess around with her. She's the Godfather's daughter. Boy, she's a piece of ass. Oh. She's good. Yeah, you got that right, OJ. Captain Janks has a quick phony phone call for us. What'd you call that religious show again? Hello?
With 15 minutes left to go.
Wait a second. 1 second. Hello? Janks.
Next call with 15 minutes left to go is from Philadelphia.
This is God. What is your opinion of Howard Stern?
All right, thank you for the call, Congressman. Every once in a while we get an unexpected one.
Well, it's a pleasure to have a call from such important quarters. Good morning, Howard.
Where was that from?
That was C-SPAN.
Oh, that was a good one.
About 2 years ago. 3 years ago I did that one.
All right, what'd you call a religious show this time?
Yeah, I called Worship Live. Hey, I got Johnny Cochran on the phone, Howard.
Yeah, Captain Janks called Johnny Cochran in the green room at CNN.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, except you can't play it because it's not on the air.
Right.
Well, what happened?
He played it for me. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
He calls up Johnny Cochran and asks him about Howard Stern and if OJ knows about Howard Stern. And
And what
really
did Johnny say?
Johnny says, yeah, I like Howard. He's a pretty good guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he speaks to Captain Janks for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I got to hear that call.
It's really good.
I got him to agree that I'll send a book, a copy of Howard's Private Parts book to his office in L.A., and he's going to take it to O.J.
Yeah, so that O.J. will have something to read in prison.
Yeah.
And O.J. can't hear the radio show, but he has people listening for him.
Right.
Really?
Which was kind of weird. Like Captain Janks said to him, you mean he has people listen to the radio for him? Because, yeah, well, he's not allowed to listen to, so they can tell him what's on the radio. Huh. Yeah, man, they played some new Nirvana cuts. Anyway, so Janks and Johnny Cochran are going to a Dodgers game next week.
Yeah, we're best friends.
Yeah, now they're best friends. All right, so what did you call Religious show?
I called Worship Live, the same one I called last time. Got the same guy on the phone.
Worship Live? There's not the guy who yelled at you?
Yeah, he's the guy who brutalized me after I asked him to marry me.
All right, let me hear this.
Okay. Her name is...
I'm a little trouble?
Yeah.
That's unusual for Janks.
All right, here we go.
Usually you're so professional.
I was going to go Angels, California, the city of Angels. I'll guess Los Angeles. That would probably be what we're looking at, and we're going to talk to David. David, how are you?
Hello, Dan. God bless you and your program.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your call. And City of Angels, you're a long way off. It's probably, about 6:45 there?
Yes, just about 7 o'clock, Dan.
Good. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to call us.
Well, thank you. I'm calling from Los Angeles. Like I said, my grandmother is near death, and I love her more than life itself, but there's a problem.
All right.
She's an atheist.
Okay.
Her name is Robin Ophelia News, and she's a viewer of your program, so I know she's watching right now.
That's a very interesting situation we've created here. You're confident she is watching?
I'm confident she is watching, and I am confident that she will hear my words and maybe a prayer that we could all say for her.
Well, we can certainly do that. I want to explore this a little bit, if you don't mind, before we do that.
Okay.
How long has she been? Is she a kind of a self-proclaimed atheist? I mean, is it something in which she takes pride, or is she just kind of resistant, or what?
Well, when she was growing up, her parents were very abusive, and her father sexually abused her. And I think that had a lot to do with the fact of why she is the way she is today.
Okay. What age woman is she?
I'm sorry, Dan?
What age woman is she?
She's 42.
All right. I would encourage you, I want you to double-check back with her, because you may have heard me mention just a few moments ago.
Hey, Dan?
Yeah.
Do you think it would be possible that you could, tell everybody how great Howard Stern is?
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that we were heading this direction, and we'll just let it go. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go back with you here. Was he line one? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, Dan.
Okay. Do you have an agenda here that you'd like to share with us, or what?
Well, I'm Captain Janks. I'm the guy that calls all the talk shows and does the Howard Stern thing. You ever watch Larry King Live?
Oh, yeah. You're the one that does all the pranks.
Yeah, I'm the guy who made it up.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Do you feel better?
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to get Howard Stern's name out there. I mean, last time I talked to you about Howard Stern, you said that his book was downright pornography, if not downright obscenity.
I don't think there's anybody on the continent who wouldn't agree with me on that, but I don't think I have to worry about getting Howard Stern's name out there. His name's out there, but I'm not sure it's in half as positive a context as you may think. How will it go? Very best to you, and after we start recognizing your voice, unless you have a legitimate call, we'll probably have to block you out. So I apologize. Let's leave it. Let's spend some time heading legitimately in the direction of our Heavenly Father. And I would like for you, whatever this young man's name is, I don't think it's Robin, but why don't you pray for him?
Yeah.
I think he probably will be the last one to admit he needs it, but I think all the rest of us are fully aware that he does. So as we pray to be drawn into the presence of our Heavenly Father, why don't we pray that he might be drawn along with us right now?
Yeah.
He's just laid down the gauntlet to Janks.
Yeah. I think the guy has a point. I think we should all right now pray for Captain Janks, and then we should dance and make it rain. Because we got about as much chance of doing that.
But he said to Janks that they now recognize his voice, so they probably won't be taking any more of his calls.
That's a challenge.
Yeah, but I haven't called that show in a woman's voice yet.
Yeah, you have a whole bunch of voices.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't realize. Well, you know, I think they're installing a voice detection machine that will recognize your particular vocal cord pattern.
Hey, you know, I'm getting this new device, Howard. It's called a power thing.
Yeah.
Power dialer, where I can call, and it just keeps redialing back 1,000 times a minute.
Wow, 1,000 times a minute. So you'll be able to get through anywhere.
I'll be able to get through anywhere.
All right. Our power dialer is with us today, Captain Janks. Thank you so much, Captain Janks.
Hello, Johnny Cochran here. Yeah, hi, Johnny. I'm just...
All right, you can't play that. All right.
He's going to try. Johnny Cochran here.
Johnny Cochran.
I like that.
He's a pisser. With that phone, he's a dangerous man. He's a dangerous man with that phone. Hey, as long as we screen this guy, here's a guy who caught his wife and sister-in-law having sex. You're on the air.
Hey, what's going on?
Is this really true?
Absolutely.
Now, let me get the relationships correct. It's your wife and her sister-in-law or your sister-in-law?
My stepsister.
Your stepsister.
Well, let me get this right. Your wife and your stepsister.
Who happen to have been good friends for about 7 or 8 years, actually. So it's not quite unusual for her to be over. My stepsister.
Right.
And
is your stepsister hot?
She's okay. I don't know if we weren't related, and I might have wanted to hook up with her or something. But
really?
No, I go to night school every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and on Thursdays she comes over and watches Friends in ER with my wife. And last week, Dean's finals are this week, but last week our professor sent us home early because he just briefly went over the final. And
Wait a second. You're rambling. I need to get to the bottom of this story.
The sister-in-law comes over, the stepsister comes over to watch Friends in ER whatever night it's on.
She doesn't have a TV?
No, they're like I said, they're friends.
Is your wife hot?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah? What's she look like? Where's your wife right now?
She's sleeping.
So wake her up. Let's get her on.
Oh, man, she's got to be working at 7. There's no way.
Really?
Yeah, there's no way. We were up late last night doing it all, and
was she got to be at work when?
At 7.
At 7? Well,
this is L.A. time.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but she'll kill me. But she'll be excited that I got through. And
but I mean, I need validation to know that this is true.
Yeah, because I don't believe him for a second.
Yeah.
Were you excited by this or upset?
Well, I was kind of stunned, and I started watching, and I wasn't caught.
Get your wife up. Let me talk to her. Come on. How often do you get through to this show?
Not very often at all.
Go ahead. Get your wife up. Get your wife.
He doesn't have a wife.
Yeah, you're bogus, aren't you?
Absolutely not.
So then get your wife.
You realize we were up until 2 last night.
So what? So big deal. She has to get up in an hour anyway.
She's getting 4 hours as it is. If I wake her up now, she's going to be pissed.
Well, just let her verify, and then we'll let her go back to sleep.
Right. Get her up.
Dude.
Come on. Wake your wife up. You haven't even had a girlfriend yet, have you?
Please.
Tell the truth.
She's there with a plastic doll.
Just got married October 1st.
Really?
Yeah.
You sound awfully nervous.
Well, wouldn't anybody be talking to you?
I guess so. Get your wife up. Come on. You know you could. Hey, she owes you. You caught her in bed with another woman.
If she just says hello, is that enough?
Yes, that's enough.
You're not gonna barrage her with questions?
No.
Okay. Steph.
Come on. Wake up, baby.
Stephanie. What? Oh, dude.
All right. She's there. Okay.
No, she's there.
All right.
We
Tell
just
her
had to know. We had to
Tell her to go back to bed.
I told you, man.
All right.
She's going to get 4 hours of sleep.
Wow, who cares?
Wow.
Listen, it's show business. I got 4 hours of sleep, too. All right. So, dude, let's go through the story. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So what's your wife look like? Is she hot?
She's 5'3". She's got 44 double Ds.
She got a really big chest.
Oh, humongous. I love them. What else do you want to know? She's got hazel eyes, pretty smile.
Yeah?
Smile.
How much does she weigh?
About 120.
5'3", 120?
Oh, she's got a huge chest, dude.
You're lying. She doesn't have double Ds. She's going to be 44 double D and 5'3". She'd be... Dude, I got to go. You know, why'd you come clean? It was a nice try.
It was a good try.
Yeah.
This is not your wife's configuration.
44 double D, 5'3". Yeah. She'd be built like a...
It's a spark plug.
You'd have to walk her like a dog.
You want me to try to wake her up again?
Yeah. Wake her up and let me talk to her, and then I'll know it's real.
Man, I'll get my head chopped off.
Yeah, well, this isn't a real story.
Well, tell us the truth.
She's getting up.
Oh, good.
Do you want to talk to Howard, Steph? Oh, dude, Dad, she just shot me a look.
Come on, get her on the phone. She's up now anyway.
Just
He's afraid of his wife.
Just tell him you have a big chest, okay, babe?
Hi, baby.
I have a big chest.
All right, what size chest?
Did you hear that?
Wait, what size chest are you?
Dude, she wants me to leave her alone.
She does?
Yes, she's really upset.
Yeah, well, maybe tell her you're upset. You catch her in bed with girls.
I wasn't quite so upset. What's to be upset about? We're very openly sexual. We don't have an open marriage, so to speak, but between us, we're extremely open. And
all right, let me get this straight. So your sister-in-law is hot.
Step-sister.
I mean, your stepsister is hot.
Yeah.
How tall is she?
She's about 5'10", 5'9". She's got a small chest, but she's quite pretty. Quite pretty. Great ass. Terrific ass.
You sound like Woody Allen. What are you? You're black?
No, absolutely not.
No?
No. I'm a white Caucasian.
Are you a Caucasian?
He's a white Caucasian.
See, I'm only white. I'm not Caucasian. All right, so anyway, I've never heard a white guy call himself a white Caucasian.
he's double.
I'm just trying to verify.
All right.
Trying to give you everything you want to know.
And do you do homo stuff with your stepbrother?
Yeah. Right.
All right. Anyway, so obviously this.
No, but she's a three input woman.
All right. So then you just got married to your wife, right?
Yeah, we've been together for about 5 years, and then October 1st we got married.
Okay. And had she ever expressed a desire for lesbianism before?
Oh, we've always talked about it while having sex. You know, as far as as a fantasy role playing thing, we would talk to each other.
Right. All right. So your stepsister comes over on Thursday nights, you said?
And on a lot of other occasions as well. It's not uncommon to see her over.
Right, to watch TV.
Or just to hang out, you know.
And you were home this particular night it happened?
No, see, I go to school on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
And last Thursday, our professor sent us home early. He gave us a brief outline of our findings.
Come on, man, let me speak to your wife. This would be so much sexier if she was telling me what was going on.
You know what?
What?
I would love to have you talk to her and ask her and get her going and get her giggling.
Yeah, it's just sexy to have a woman who wants to hear a guy talk about sex.
And he didn't even have the experience. He just came and walked in.
You just walked in on him. Come on, just tell her to get out of bed. Tell her I need her. Tell her come on for the show.
You know how much it was to get that out of her.
Come on, man. Don't you know how to get your woman in line? Seriously, I mean, you get through to the show and you can't get your woman on the phone?
Man.
Dude, just go over and you tell her you want her on the phone now. Just go over and tell her.
This is not an everyday thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not, but I'll tell you, she's extremely bitchy and groggy when she only gets
Yes, so what? She'll come home, she'll take a nap. Come on, get her on the phone.
Dude.
What is it, Papa Fooey?
Maybe we give him if she's gonna miss a day's work, maybe we give him a CD player or something.
Yeah, we'll give you a prize.
We'll give you some sort of a prize.
Yeah, I could get a CD player out of Tom.
It's not the matter of you even giving me $50 or $100. I don't care. It's just a matter of I thought I'd get through. Gary was screening calls. I told him the story. He called me back. I don't know what else to tell you.
All right, so tell me the rest of the story.
Well, like I said, we got out early from school that Thursday, and I came home, and I got home about an hour and a half early. And we have a large house, a 4-bedroom house, and apparently they didn't hear me come up. And I came through the house and didn't see anybody, so I went upstairs to change my clothes and, get in some boxers or whatever, and heard some noises coming from the bedroom, and I, kind of snuck up and saw them going at it, and I didn't know whether to go in right away.
It's no good when a guy tells you.
Because this doesn't happen to him.
Yeah. Forget it. If you can't get your wife, it sucks.
Sorry, dude.
Can't get her on the line?
I really
Thanks
can't.
a lot, man.
Well, call us when you can.
Yeah, call us when you get you're not so pussy whipped.
Oh man, if you only knew.
All right.
If you only knew.
Thank you, man.
All right, dude.
Bye. I'm not gonna sit and listen to some guy tell me how he walked in on his sister and his wife, and not hear the wife.
Or the sister.
Yeah. Not interested. I got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle.
7:34 at The Eagle. This is Brad Backstreet. It's 7:39 at 97.1 The Eagle.
Howard Stern all morning. Pure rock all day.
Yeah.
97.1 The Eagle. It's The Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
Man, I'm really out of it today. Ever since you wrote this book, where is Robin? Where the hell is she? Did she walk out again? Oh, all right. Man, I'm tired today. Good Lord. I barely keep my eyes open. I couldn't get to sleep last night because I fell asleep in the afternoon. You ever do that? And the whole afternoon you're going, oh, no, I fell asleep. Yeah. And we got to get to bed early. And then I stayed up. I watched the basketball game, and now I'm like a maniac. It is amazing how Orlando just, like, can't even compete against Houston.
Well, they were having trouble with Indiana even.
Yeah, but, I mean, this Houston is such a strong team. And they weren't that great during the regular season.
No. They're on fire now, though.
I mean, they look invincible. That African is unbelievable, Hakeem Olajuwon. I always say it, any man who kills a tiger, you can't beat him. He's not like our American blacks. He's different. He's an African. That's a whole different story over there.
Another level.
It's another level of play. One wonders how he learned how to play, quite frankly.
Quite a jump.
That is quite a jump. But he is Hakeem. Where were you, Robin? I was talking to you, and I looked up, and you weren't even there. Where were you, in the can? Got a little diarrhea?
I had to be in the can for a moment there.
Oh, boy. What's with you with this diarrhea?
I have no diarrhea.
Oh, you don't?
No, this is an unusual call from nature.
Really? What do you mean unusual? There's only two things you could do in there.
I usually don't get the call at this time. Shall I put it that way?
You're very regular?
Yes.
Oh, you had to make number 2. Wow. I never make number 2 here.
I don't usually either.
Oh, my. Was everything messy or everything? I mean, it must have taken a long time in there.
Well, that you can't do. Toot sweet.
Yeah, I can. Boy, that was an event. I mean, you were really gone a long time.
Congratulations.
That was like waiting for Pocahontas.
Wait a minute, I was not gone a long time.
You were. We did a double break.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't gone the whole break.
Really?
I got the call toward the end of the break, and I said, oh, my goodness, I hope this is quick, because I've sat through most of the commercials already.
Right.
Did your book quicker.
Couldn't hold it in?
There was no,
There was no holding back. Oh, I don't even want to think about it. I don't like to think about my women doing that. Nasty business. Did you have to line with toilet paper, the seat and everything?
I didn't have time.
You didn't really? Wow.
It was an urgent call.
Wow.
It was an emergency.
Oh, man. What'd you eat last night? Did you have a special spicy dinner?
I don't think so.
Must have been a special dinner last night. Something's off. Something went wrong. Usually wait till you get home, like I do.
Yeah.
I'm always.
That's why I was surprised. I was like, no, that couldn't be. And it was, yes, it is.
So there was a debate going on.
Yes, that's why I didn't go at the beginning of the commercial break.
I see. You could have probably gone in the beginning.
I was arguing.
Right.
No.
Wow. Well, sorry to hear that. Nobody likes to sit down on these toilets.
Now I have nothing to do when I go home.
Right. Well, you got a free day. Well, good for you, Robin. I bet you feel good now. Good and relaxed. Right. Nothing like that to help you get your day going. I must be so repressed because usually on the weekends, first thing in the morning, I take care of that.
Yeah.
And then here, everything's all backed up.
See, I think that's what's going on is that I think my body still thinks it's the weekend.
Oh. The show is way too honest.
Some things, man.
Really is way too honest.
It is.
I was saying, ever since you wrote this book, I don't know what the hell is going on, but it has stirred up a lot of things that I don't like.
Like what?
Well, all this publicity that you're getting, that it's negative. You know, I mean, it's all this racial stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're getting like... when is that Sally Jesse Raphael going to air? Do you know yet?
No, I don't. I haven't heard from them.
Robin went in there and there were like black people yelling at her on the Sally Jesse Raphael show. And then today in the Post, did you read this?
I haven't read it yet.
Oh.
I know I talked to the reporter.
I'll read this. The headline is Robin whines over yanked story.
Whines?
Yeah.
How dare they?
And then there's a big nutty picture of Robin in a big headdress. There's no telling what zany Robin Quivers will do next for attention. Here, Howard Stern's sidekick donned a kooky headdress in pursuit of laughs. Oh, yeah. She wasn't trying to make anyone laugh. We like that headdress.
I thought that would be flattering.
Yeah. Bill Hoffman is the reporter, Jew, interpreting the black woman's words again. Here we go. Listen to this. Howard Stern's outspoken sidekick, Robin Quivers, is charging reverse discrimination after a prominent African-American magazine pulled an article it had planned to run about her. Quivers says the black-oriented Essence magazine... Who even ever heard of this magazine? Essence magazine. They probably got 12 readers. Now they're going to get an article. Well, what's going on here? Is this a publicity thing to keep things going?
Is this a publicity thing to keep things going?
Yeah, in other words, all of this black rage that is being focused on you. I mean, I walk down the street with you. I don't see black people mad at you.
No, and I don't see that either. But,
yeah.
There's the occasional one. I did have the guy from the Black Israelites.
Oh, yeah, well. But he screams at everybody.
He does.
Quivers says the black-oriented Essence magazine canned a story about her new best-selling book because of her controversial alliance with the shaggy-haired shock jock heard weekday mornings on WXRK in New York. Of course, the station is known as K-Rock. They can't write K-Rock. They write WXRK, so no one can find the station. Quivers, currently promoting her new autobiography, Quivers, A Life, told the Post, quote, "There's such a thing as the First Amendment, and everybody's supposed to have the right to say what they want." Unquote.
Why did you put that?
I'm trying to do the read.
Well, was I angry when I said it?
Yes, evidently. In the case of Essence, Quivers, who is black, says the mag suddenly backed out because Stern, who is white, often pokes fun at black culture. Oh, so what, they couldn't handle that?
It sounds like that.
Quote, "Black people have come from a history of not having our voices heard, and here's a magazine that's supposed to promote the black voice. Why can't I have a chance to say what I have to say, even if they don't agree with my politics?" Perfectly logical response from the mouth of our hero, Robin. Essence Entertainment editor Gordon Chambers said he tried to save the piece, but he declined to comment further. A day later, he issued a written statement denying killing the piece because of Stern, instead blaming space limitations. Oh, right.
Who even knew this was going on? They're issuing statements.
Yeah, no one even knows. How funny is that? But a publishing source said the piece became a political football. Can you imagine? Here's a magazine.
Nobody's reading.
Nobody's reading. They got a piece with Robin. They can't run it because, God forbid, it doesn't fit into some politically correct mold. Oh, what a piece of garbage. Yeah, that's some magazine. No wonder no one's reading it. They can't write about you because you might be offensive.
Yeah, they don't want to upset anybody.
A publishing source said the piece became a political football among the magazine's staffers, some of whom considered Quivers an Uncle Tom for conditioning Stern's no-holds-barred racial humor.
That's condoning.
Oh, what did I say?
Conditioning.
Oh, sorry. Condoning Stern's no-holds-barred racial humor. Quote, she's an Uncle Tom because she goes to work every day, has a voice on radio, and I even said this, Robin's a pioneer in radio.
I just love the idea that people are interpreting what I do and deciding that I should, people know about me anyway. It's not that I need Essence to tell people who I am.
Right.
The idea here is, though, here's a prominent black person who's completely ignored by the black press. Why don't they just come to see who I am, even if they don't like me?
Yeah, I mean, that would be an interesting article, wouldn't it?
Sure.
And not only that, I also like the fact that now Essence Magazine, a magazine we've never heard of, is now sitting. They call Robin and they say, we would like to do an article on Robin.
Not only do they do the article, then they cancel the article and badmouth her, saying that some of the staffers calling her Uncle Tom. I love that. I love how people set you up. Gee, thanks. I complied with you.
I sent your reporter out in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, it became a political football after the article was done.
And it's a shame because I think my book makes very interesting reading for African-American women, Quivers said. Well, yeah. Essence isn't the only publication to have pulled the plug on Quivers. Did you know this?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this. American Airlines in-flight magazine, American Way. They did a story on me.
I know.
Oh. I guess you know what? You're too outrageous.
I am more controversial than anybody.
American Airlines in-flight magazine, American Way, had assigned a freelance writer a full-page article on Quivers, only to have it axed when Stern's flap over Latin singer Selena erupted.
See how you always get in there.
Sorry. Stern was severely criticized when he made fun of Selena's music after the Grammy-winning performer was shot dead by a deranged fan. Yeah, that's a terrible offense. Yeah, no one should do that. American Airlines is absolutely right.
Yes.
God forbid you put a story in there about me. What a bunch of jerks.
What were you going to do? Jump out of the plane if they read this?
People are in the air risking death on an airplane. But reading about you is too scary. You're in a cylinder with a professional bus driver.
A couple of motors mounted on the outside of on the wings.
But they might get upset if they read a story about you. Well, we don't want anything that would upset our people. American Way's editors refused to comment. It was a very, very touchy thing here. The magazine is supposed to steer clear of any controversial subject, a source at the magazine said. Quivers, of course, said this came as a shock to her because the whole article was about nice places to go in Baltimore, our hometown. It wasn't even about the show.
It had nothing to do with the show.
No. And God forbid, you finally find someone who found somewhere nice to go in Baltimore. Let her talk. Do you believe this crap? Our country is so screwed up. They'll interview Woody Allen in those magazines.
No problem.
They'll interview Michael Jackson. They'll interview any of these people. They'll interview Mike Tyson. He raped a black woman. He's a hero. They're having a welcoming parade for him. But Robin they can't have because she works on this show. We got the greatest show on the planet, it turns out. And look who they had to go to find nice places in Baltimore to go to. Robin hasn't been in Baltimore in 15 years.
That's not true. I'm there a couple of times a year.
All right. Well, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, sure.
Don't stay long.
Sure. You go, you argue with your parents, and you come home.
You can do all those places.
Did you tell them to go to your parents' house? That's a good place to go. It's
Monument?
interesting. By the way, Robin says, we didn't do anything wrong. You know. What have we done? She goes, maybe American Airlines magazine canceled the article because they're headquartered in Dallas, where all this controversy began. But she says at her book signings that she's always attracted a multiracial crowd, whites, blacks, Hispanics, and Asians of both sexes. All of the controversy may come to a fast end this fall if Stern quits radio. Oh, I hope I have the balls to do it.
You still don't know what you're going to do.
I really don't, but I hope. Today is, believe me, today I wish was the last day. Today I wish was November, whatever day it is it runs out. I can't stand it here. Can you put on a little more air, Scott? Just a little, a touch. Don't go too crazy.
Oh, boy.
Oh. But Robin says, listen, I feel great about being able to do something I love every day. But if the show does end, I'll probably move back in with my parents.
Oh,
stop. It's just, no, it doesn't say that. What are you, stupid? I told you not to be stupid, Ron.
Fred went for it.
Yeah, right. She says, if the show ends, Quivers says she'll probably head on to TV, possibly to do a talk show or a news magazine. She'll probably end up being like Diane Sawyer with her own news magazine show.
That's right, primetime Robin.
Right. So no one has to worry about Robin. She's already got a show. Good for you, Robin. Well, there you are. Do me a favor. When is it?
Oh, here
no,
we
not
go
a favor.
again.
Don't
Here
do me
we
any
go
favors,
again.
but just give me a clue.
Do a favor.
Just give me an answer. When is the publicity for the book going to be over?
Well, I'm.
I can't take it.
Right through the end of this month. What's the problem with that article, Howard?
What's the problem with it?
The headline is pretty rotten.
I don't like it at all.
Hey, this is a real issue.
Yeah. You're
They're
bringing.
trying to throw me out of the black race.
You can't do it. Fight to stay in, Rob. Why don't you just say you're Indian and get it over with? Tell people the truth.
They're trying to kick me out of the club.
Right. Well, that's all right. I'll take you to my club.
No, that's all right.
The mutant race.
I will stand alone.
Right. You'll be your own race.
That's right.
Which would be in my race? Whatever race that is.
I think it's very funny that people have this problem with the show. They hear us talking about everybody, but
they can't put you in a black magazine.
You're not supposed to say anything about black people.
Right.
I said to somebody on the Sally Jesse Raphael show, we are talking about our people. We're talking about Americans.
Mm-hmm.
You guys make the discrimination about race.
And then they threw beer cans at you,
That's
right? Point well taken on those people. The audience of Sally Jesse Raphael ready for a good two-way intellectual conversation.
Oh, yeah, they're very well versed.
That pig set you up. It's all right. I'm not done with her.
Well, she really does care about people then if she did that.
Yeah.
Because that was a fine example to set for the nation as to what black people and Hispanic people are capable of. They're not even capable of conversation.
Well, yes, let me just see if this girl's still on hold. You there? Hello? Hello? Oh.
What girl was this?
No, Gary had screened some phone calls that I... IBM just bought Lotus. You know what Lotus is?
I know it's some kind of a computer program.
Yeah. That's a good move.
Do you have Lotus?
Yeah.
What does Lotus do?
It does a bunch of different things. You could, you got word processing. It's a word processing program that's real good. It's, spreadsheets.
Mm-hmm.
Considered like the best spreadsheet program.
I don't even know what a spreadsheet is.
It's like accountants use it and stuff, the little boxes. But you can make like graphs and stuff on it and little charts and stuff. It's a spreadsheet.
Oh, okay, okay. So you get those business kind of...
You get the little boxes, And then you get... then it's got like a notes program where on a network you can write notes to each other. Like if you had like 5 computers tied to each other.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so they bought that. And I'm really hoping that this Windows goes away. Microsoft Windows. I don't like it.
You want it to go?
Yeah, I don't like it. I like OS2. IBM's OS2. So I don't want Windows.
Windows is entrenched in the market at this point, I think.
Well, do you know there's as many DOS users as there are Windows users? So there's still a lot of people.
Is that right?
Yeah, there's still a lot of people who haven't made a commitment to Windows. And I don't know. I don't think it's that good.
I use a couple of DOS programs, but I do have Windows.
Yeah, but the Windows is not... I don't know how to describe it, but Windows is not a universal language. Each program is a program unto its own. With OS2, everything runs the same way.
It becomes integrated.
Integrated. There's no other way to explain it. I'm not good at explaining computer stuff.
Yeah, I see that because I sort of understand, but I don't understand. Because I have Windows, and I don't even understand what you said about that.
Okay. Windows has, like, some good programs in it.
Yeah.
Except... each one has its own way of operating. You got to read the instruction book.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You got to read the instruction book and figure out how that program works,
All right,
on
so
its own.
If you're talking about, like, Word for Windows,
yeah,
you have to read the Word book.
Right.
And if you go and you have TabWorks for Windows,
right,
you have to read the TabWorks book. Okay.
With OS2, everything is you click your right mouse. There's a certain universal way of using it. And therefore, you don't have to open the book each time you want to use a program. You can just kind of figure it out on your own. Does that make sense to you?
It's getting better.
Mm-hmm. Still hazy?
Yeah.
Reply later? Anyway, I thought it was a real good move that IBM bought Lotus.
Oh, okay.
Real good. Because, like, while that guy who owns Microsoft, Bill Gates, is real smart and everything, I don't want him running the world.
And he's about to.
Yeah. And then somebody was telling me that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything. You know what? Disregard everything I say, okay? It's just my personal preference.
This is a tough...
Yeah. Me talking computers, you know, a shaggy-haired geek shouldn't be talking about computers.
Tough area for you to talk about.
I just know what I like. I know what I want. You got to see this article. This one takes the cake. Did you see this one?
No, I haven't seen it.
This is out of San Francisco. Evidently, Mark and Brian, those two idiots, of course, now they got the great idea to syndicate their morning show. Gee, I wonder where that came from. I wonder where all of their ideas came from. So they're syndicate, even though we're kicking their ass, they're like number 17 in Los Angeles now. They're 17th in Los Angeles.
What are you talking about? How many stations are there?
There's only like 17 stations. We're back up to number 1.
Yeah.
We're number 1 in Los Angeles. They're like number 17, and yet in this article they're claiming that they're number 1 with 25 to 54-year-olds. I wonder where they get this information. I wonder why reporters never check it.
It must be a special category of 25 to 54-year-olds.
Yeah, maybe like, I don't know.
In hospitals.
Right, 25 to 54-year-olds in hospitals. The duty you made, the duty that you just made has more talent than Mark and Brian. What do you think of that? I'd rather see that than them. Listen to this article. The Mark and Brian radio show is a lot like the Southern California culture that worships it.
What?
Sometimes tacky, sometimes cutting-edge brilliant, and always searching for the new buzz. Now, nobody worships that show. One Thanksgiving, the Madcap talk show hosts thought it would be cool to see if a butterball turkey would fly if they set off a model rocket inside it. They trekked out to the desert near Los Angeles to broadcast the turkey blast-off live. Did it work? It worked great. We stuck this rocket up inside the turkey's butt and let her rip. Mark and Brian, man, those are the two guys that married each other twice on the air. They're always doing stuff to somebody's butt.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think of that? Like, you know, there's who thinks to shove something up a turkey's butt? You know?
I don't look at the turkey and say, I wonder what a rocket would do up there.
I mean, I wonder what else we could do with a butt. You know, I mean, like, why don't you just use each other's butts for experimentation?
Yeah,
on the
maybe
air?
they have.
Yeah, why don't you come out with it? Yeah, put a rocket in your butts and send yourselves to Mars. Go for it. So when they stuck the rocket in the turkey's ass, did it work? It worked great.
Now, what does that mean?
The baby just flew, said Brian Phelps. Which one is that, the tall girl or the short guy?
Yeah, Brian's the tall girl.
All right.
I think.
Because in the marriage, we determined he's the girl. The other one's the man. The baby just flew, says Brian Phelps, who adds with a chuckle, most of our events are for absolutely no good reason.
He's right.
Yeah, not even for the ratings.
Or for radio. They're awful radio events.
And that Mark and Brian are mobbed with fans. We were literally an hour away from anywhere in the desert, and 5,000 or 6,000 people showed up on Thanksgiving. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but, you know, there were people in the park for Pocahontas.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot of, like, a certain segment of the community that would like to see stuff done to each other's butts. That might show up or something like that.
There seems to be an audience for almost everything.
Yeah. Welcome to the world of Mark and Brian, a hugely popular place in 13 radio markets throughout the West. Now they're on in 13 markets. Isn't that amazing?
These guys were sitting in Los Angeles and never thought to go anywhere.
Yeah, and of course we come in and beat their ass.
And they were number 1.
But what is it, like program directors in other markets don't know that we beat their ass, and then
But, you know, probably...
They try to go up against us in Las Vegas, and they're already gone.
What kind of deal do they ask for when they go into these stations? It's probably cheaper to get them than it is to get us.
Well, look what month it is. They're talking about something they did in November. About putting a rocket in a turkey's ass.
Yeah, remember back to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, man. Well, you want an example of something good that we did? Let's think back now. Let's see. Well, we heard Howard do some. Well, we have something that's uniquely ours. We married each other, and then to celebrate, put stuff in turkeys' buttocks.
Now, did they do this on Thanksgiving Day when basically nobody's listening to the radio?
Yeah. That was their best stunt. They saved it for the day when everyone's asleep. It's radio at its most raw. with little choreography, no time delay, no time delay on phone calls, no safety net. But the show has earned Mark and Brian a devoted following. They are number one among adults ages 25 to 54 in the L.A. market. That's such a lie. As well as several broadcasting awards. Yeah, well, anyone can get a broadcasting award. Just give yourself one. They're number one, 25 to 54. They haven't been number one anywhere since we came to town. Their weird brand of comic shtick, call it lowbrow Letterman, involves everything from phone-in marital advice to interviews with Hollywood megastars who are also fans. And they do clog dancing when the breakneck pace falters. Wow. Sounds like a good show.
Boy, I want to go join them.
Yeah. You sound like fun guys.
Maybe I can get into Essence if I'm working on that show.
Yeah. That'll really help you. I think their charms go beyond the L.A. market, and that San Francisco will come around. Actually, they'd probably do very well in San Francisco because...
Hello, Frisco!
Guys getting married on the air goes over big there. What? That works there.
That's groundbreaking.
Nobody thinks that's strange here. Not at all.
You never hear it on radio.
Pooga.
Another wedding.
Another wedding.
And bring those rockets.
Yeah.
The biggest one you got.
In person, the radio demigods are relaxing and affable. Boy, who'd they pay to write this?
See, now they have the kind of press we need.
Yeah.
Nobody describes us as demigods.
Mark, though he hails from Alabama, looks the Southern California part now. Long-styled, sun-bleached hair, linen shirt, Andre Agassi stubble. Yeah, that guy always has stubble going. You can tell, and he even grooms it.
Oh, yeah, he's got it at the right length.
Yeah.
You know, he has that razor that has the raised head.
Yeah, he has a groomed stubble. Jerk. I guess his husband likes it that way.
Yeah, he likes it a little rough.
The 39-year-old is cocky. Cocky, interesting choice of words. Cocky.
Ooga.
Brainy and speaks aggressively. If Mark's the one women want to sleep with, Brian, 37, is the one to marry. Taller and less chiseled. That's the tall one. That's the one we call the woman.
Mm-hmm.
The Illinois native with laugh-crinkled eyes.
Where'd you get this article?
I don't know. I think some woman must have fallen. Is it a guy who wrote this or a woman? Some woman must have fallen in love with him. Jane Gonnell.
Jeez.
I think she just fell in love.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what happened during that interview.
She got downright goofy. She didn't even check the fact that they're not number one with anybody. He's the man of many voices and does a hell of an Elvis. Well, of course.
Who doesn't? I do a hell of an Elvis.
Yeah. Clearly, the press materials don't lie when they said these guys are friends. 10 years after they were first thrown together as strangers in a Birmingham broadcasting booth, they still laugh at each other's jokes and finish each other's sentences. The speed with which they banter leaves a visitor dizzy.
Obviously.
I asked them which of the celebrities they liked the best. What was their favorite on-air interview? Tom Cruise. Everyone thinks they know what he's like, but he was focused, friendly, caring. And a lot of guests won't let you bed them, and he let us right off the bat. That's right, we did him right in the green room. During the break, they did the news, a little tag team action on the Tomboy. Yeah, and he seemed to enjoy it. All they do is, talk about getting guys.
Gay stuff.
Gay stuff.
Yeah, give them an opening, it gets gay.
So far, we've read most of the article, and they've put stuff in a turkey's ass, and then they talked about doing gay stuff to Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Hello, Frisco. They're pretty fun, those guys. No wonder they're in 19th place. Two guys you couldn't even spend 5 minutes with, let alone listen to a whole radio show. Then someone called in to ask about marital problems they were having. And
between the two of them?
No, I guess between someone in the audience and his wife.
Oh.
And they told the guy, hey, you should go back and try and make it work. That was the bit.
Wow.
Yeah. He says the fact that people seek advice from them is a compliment to the program. I think it shows your listeners are morons. We're able to deal with serious issues, too. Maybe our humor is, they say sometimes their humor is sophomoric. It's playful and good-natured, never mean-spirited like some of their national competitors.
I don't know who they're talking about.
Yeah, they can't mention my name. If they mention my name, they know it's history. They know I'll rip them a new a-hole. The show's high ratings have stars begging to be booked, rather than the other way around. Among the notables who have appeared, Jerry Seinfeld, Jim Carrey, Tina Turner, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jason Priestley, Pete Townsend, Christian Slater, Aerosmith. Yeah, they haven't done any other radio shows either, have they?
Right, no other radio shows.
No. Sounds like our exact guest list. The show's not polished or produced. It's like being part of our lives with the ups and downs. Gee, I've never said that in an interview.
Well, they learned that because, remember, they used to say in interviews that they rehearsed every night.
Yeah. The stunts, evidently, are the big attraction to the show, according to Mark and Brian. Of course, no one's listening to it anymore, but that's the big attraction. One ongoing shtick has involved a Bob's Big Boy statue. Over the last 6 years, they've done skydiving, bungee cord jumping, and they've gone down the White Rapids. Well, that might be fun for them, but what fun is it to listen to that on the radio?
It doesn't make good radio, so I wonder what the appeal is.
Sometimes their pranks fail and bomb big time. Let's see, the one where we sprayed... Let's see. They were going to spray flocking...
Flocking?
On the huge donut at Randy's Donuts. I don't even understand. What's a flocking? We were going to spray flocking on the donuts. I don't know what he's talking about. Let's see. The biggest ponders, Mark, that would have to be when we were going to spray flocking on that huge donut at Randy's Donuts, a 30-foot-tall donut landmark near the L.A. freeway. We wanted to turn it into a glazed donut. We got up there, we got the scissors lift, the flocking machine ready, and we turn on the spray, and the water comes out, but no flocking.
That should be frosting.
No, Brian says, it was one big cluster flock. Mark says it was all flocked up. I think that's supposed to be like all.
Yeah, that's them cracking each other up.
Yeah. But that's what happens with live radio. Yeah, they haven't thought up one original idea yet. What?
Flocking is like that fuzzy stuff that you adhere to like wood or something to make it like velvety, soft.
I don't know what they're talking about.
A flocking expert.
Their audience sticks with us because we ride a roller coaster with them every day. How come why don't they talk about that the audience abandoned them?
Yeah, that they're on the roller coaster by themselves.
Yeah. The show is not polished or produced. It's like being part of our lives. And Brian sums up why he and Mark stick with it after 10 years.
They need the money.
Yeah.
Why do you stick with your job?
Mark and I didn't know each other when we were 7 years old, but if we did, we'd be doing the same thing we're doing now. Marrying each other and putting stuff in people's butts. No. They'd be doing this. They didn't say that. I said that. It's just a mischievous, good-hearted thing. I think people like that. Yeah. No. Here's your career. You're in Alabama. Some program director hands you about 90 tapes of our show and says, hey, why don't you just do something like this? Then you do it. And then KLOS in Los Angeles offers me a job when I got fired from NBC. I turned it down to stay in New York. So they have to hire 2 Howard Stern clones. And what they do is they hire you 2 idiots and give you more tapes and say, just imitate this. And then you imitate me and it takes off because I'm not there and everyone in Los Angeles thinks you're great. And then I come to town and I blow away all your ratings. Then I syndicate my show, you start to syndicate your show, and you try to syndicate your show in markets that we're not on. Except there's not that many markets to go to, so you go to Las Vegas and you go up against us and you bomb. You 2 morons. 2 morons. Why do you keep embarrassing yourselves? You go into each market and you bomb. You're going to be out of San Francisco in 5 minutes. Stupid ass. Rip-off artists. Lame-os. No original talent. You guys suck, and now you're embarrassed because now everybody knows you ripped me off, you pieces of garbage. The only thing you didn't rip off is marrying each other. That's an original idea, I got to admit.
You know, they have no pride, so they continue.
Yeah, they have no pride. And they have no problem doing these articles where they thought all this up. Oh, yeah, like we went on the radio and just figured, like, let's be ourselves and, like, let's talk a lot and let's do, you know, wild things and let's talk to lesbians and, yeah, sure. Yeah. Dickwads. I got to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 97.1. The Eagle.
8:13 at the Eagle. This is Brad Baxter. It's 8:17 at 97.1 The Eagle.
Call Howard on the Eagle's toll-free line, 1-800-54-STERN. Let's return to The Howard Stern Show.
Yeah. Hold it. I think I just woke up.
Finally, that adrenaline kicked in?
Yeah, finally kicked in. Come on, man. Yeah, hey, here I go. It's the music. Yeah. I hear a hum. Well, wait till the music does then. I hear a hum. Shh. What do I hear?
No, there's a lot of stuff.
I'm zeroing in on the culprit. Give me a minute, Robin. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's quieted down.
No, I'm not done yet, Robin. I'm busy doing some work here.
Right. Don't fall.
All right. That's about the best I can do right now. I heard a hum. Yeah. I still got good ears. Yeah. They're saying that Christopher Reeve is in the prime of his life. You know, when he was in that horrible accident.
And how old is he?
He's 42, so I felt pretty good reading that. I thought it was all over.
You thought it was middle age, and now it's the prime.
Yeah, I'm 41, and I'm feeling like it's all over. That's good. I'm glad he's in the prime of his life.
You know who's writing that?
Other 41-year-olds. You know, there was a great article in the New York Post today about Christopher Reeve's accident, that it was caused by greed.
I saw that, yes.
That was that Andrea Pizer. I like her.
I often agree with her about things, yeah. I like her bent.
She was saying that, you see, who knows about horseback riding? But
I do.
Yeah, well, beside you. But I should never say that. But evidently, horseback riding, which, you know, if anyone who's ever ridden a horse knows, or anyone who rides horses, it's a very expensive hobby, and that you got to have someone who, you know, teaches you, and you just can't hop on a horse. You got to put the horse somewhere. You got to pay to have the horse housed.
I told you about the time I was over at the Claremont stables over there, right across from Central Park, and they were teaching Matthew Broderick
how to
ride for a movie. And, you know, the whole thing that goes into it, you have to pour tons of money and time into that kind of an education. You know, they bought him a horse.
Yeah.
He's at the stable. It's got to be boarded, and he has to come in and ride every day with a personal instructor.
Yeah, it's an expensive proposition. So what they were saying is that the particular kind of horseback riding that Christopher Reeve is into, this steeple jumping, is like the most dangerous thing. And, you know, Christopher Reeve, when he was learning how to ride, this woman evidently knew him and knew that he was learning how to ride, and she's an instructor. And she said that guys like him come in, and then right away, they start the hobby. They start, on the horses, and right away they want to learn how to jump. And learning how to jump, you got to ride for like a couple of years before you even begin to jump, because you've got to learn how to ride a certain way in the saddle. You got to
Let me tell you, I've been taking lessons for years.
Yeah.
I have never jumped.
Yeah, right, because you have to. They know that when these guys come in, a guy like Chris Reeve, who wants to be the best at everything he does, he's driven, he's into sports and everything, he starts saying to him, look, I want to jump. So she's saying a lot of the trainers and stuff will say, hey, let's let the guy jump even though he isn't ready, because
he'll take his money elsewhere.
Yeah, he's going to leave us. She said this was a guy who never knew how to sit in the saddle properly. And what that means is that when he would jump, because his body weight was so forward, that if the horse stopped short, he went flying over the horse's head. Now, he would never have flown off of the horse's head even though the horse stopped jumping, but this guy sits so far up when he rides, he's not a professional rider, and only a professional rider should be riding this steeplechase. because it's really hazardous.
Yeah, it takes years to get ready for that.
Yeah, and she's saying that basically they move these guys along because, hey, look, it's like, guys who go to doctors and they say, look, I want antibiotics, and the doctor says, well, I'm not going to give you any because you don't have an infection. And he goes, okay, I'll go to another doctor. And then a lot of doctors just start giving you antibiotics because you want
guys who take karate and they say, I want to be a black belt.
Yeah, like
you're
Elvis.
A black belt.
Yeah, you're a black belt. Okay, we'll make you a black belt. Then you go in a ring, you fight a guy, and you get your head bashed in. But saying no to him is saying no to his money, and who wants to say no to his money? So that was sort of the wrap.
Gist of her article, yeah.
Yeah, I buy that.
Well, you certainly have to have some kind of ability to tell whether you are capable of taking on that kind of expert competition.
Yeah, well,
and obviously he didn't have that kind of objectivity if this woman is correct.
Yeah, he's like, hey, man, I'm going to master this in a year.
Yeah, I'm Chris Reeve. I can do this.
Yeah, I'm Superman. I'm Superman, damn it.
And I still can't get over the whole Superman thing, that in the tabloids the headlines read Superman moves or Superman getting better, Superman vows I'll beat this.
Yeah, and they say that I'm insensitive. Superman beats it. Superman.
And they have pictures in the you think they snuck into the hospital and took a picture of Chris Reeve in the hospital, but they actually have taken pictures of the television screen.
Yeah, I know.
From an HBO movie he did.
And doctored him up.
Yeah.
Well, I like that they should just get him in a Superman costume.
Laying in bed.
Laying in bed with the tube coming out of his head. The poor guy's laying there helpless. Let him have a name other than Superman.
Superman vows I'll beat this.
Superman. We already talked about the Puerto Rican Day Parade. What a nightmare that was. We talked about this stupid thing they did in Central Park with Pocahontas, the Disney company. Even worse. Horrible.
I got an instant review from some of the people coming out of the park. They were all mad.
Yeah, right. I mean, you can't be comfortable going from 10 o'clock in the morning till...
You got to have an awfully good movie to take away from all the torture you've just put people through.
Yeah. And those are some parents. They should take those kids away from every parent who brought their kid there from 10 o'clock in the morning till midnight.
Should have been one of those stings. You know how they do that to prisoners sometimes? Say they got free football tickets and they all get into this room and it's an arrest.
Yeah. You're on the air.
Hey, Howard.
Hey.
Hey, whatever happened to China Girl?
Who?
China Girl from Cleveland?
I don't know. She's living with her guardian somewhere or something.
No, he's talking about Gina from Cleveland.
Oh, from Cleveland?
Yeah.
I don't know. She's mellowing out, I guess. We haven't heard from her in a while. Los Angeles, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, can I get on hold?
No, I mean, you're on the air.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, this is Howard.
Why would you want to be on hold?
Oh, okay.
If you want, I'll put you on hold, but if you want to take time to compose yourself.
Oh, I just wanted to, from LA, I just wanted to, about Mark and Brian, the pussies.
Yeah.
The type of listener is these Pocahontas type people, just below Jackie. He's waiting in the.
Boy, is that guy a bore? He can't even comprehend the English language. Chicago, you're on the air.
Hi, Howard. How you doing?
Okay.
Great. Glad to have you here in Chicago.
Yeah, thanks.
Listen, one quick question. Will Robin be coming to Chicago to do a book signing anytime soon?
Robin?
I think my book signing career is ending.
Is it?
At the end of this month.
Good.
Chicago was not on the list.
Yeah. Next time.
Sorry.
Okay.
If I ever write a book,
Howard.
I'll come to Chicago.
Howard.
Yeah.
Second question, real quick. Were you ever in the Marine Corps in 1968?
Yes, I was, sir.
Were you ever stationed at Camp Cherry Point?
Yes, I was.
Cherry Point.
I know you, man.
Yep.
My name's Guy Rich.
Oh, Gary, how you doing? I remember you.
Yeah. You remember where?
I think it was in, where was it?
The Charlie Bravo Hotel.
That's right.
You two,
I know this guy.
In flagrante delicti.
Yeah. This guy was in NAM.
Yeah.
This is one of the guys I served with.
And you had a good time at that hotel?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm still sore.
She don't know the half of it.
I'm still sore, my friend. Those were the good days.
Yep.
All right, my buddy.
Take care, pal. We'll see you around.
Hey, what didn't we drink that weekend? Thank you.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Bye-bye. That guy is great.
I know you, man.
Yeah, man, I know that guy. Yeah, we went out. Man, we killed so many gooks together. Yeah, we had a field day with them. You wouldn't know we lost the war from the posse we
from
killed.
The party you had.
Oh, man. Some guys were better at it than others. Thank you. Yes, you're on the air.
Yeah, Howard.
Yes.
You know the difference between Christopher Reeves and O.J. Simpson?
Hold on. Wait, I think I know this.
I know this one.
All right.
OJ's going to walk.
Right.
Oh.
All right, thank you.
Hey, they've been censoring your show really bad here in Vegas.
Really? Well, I'll get to the bottom of it. Thank you.
Okay.
You know what? I am getting reports now out of every market that they're doing something to my show.
Say this, and I get faxes every morning that I've been sending over to Gary about various practices being used across the country.
Yeah, it's good. It's very comforting. Philadelphia, you're on the air.
Hi, good morning, Howard.
Yeah.
I have a couple questions for you. Do you think if Robin ever, if her book ever becomes really successful, she'll start paying off your debts that she keeps on welching on?
Yes.
In regards to your book, do you have...
What debt?
Well, you always...
You see, they think you still have outstanding gambling debts with us, but you don't. Go ahead.
What do you think about a federally sponsored death penalty?
Federally sponsored? There should be a federal death penalty.
There is a federal death penalty for certain crimes.
Yeah, which crimes?
Terroristic acts in which people are killed.
Right.
That's what they're going to get the Oklahoma guys on if they can pin them down.
Right. All right, thanks, dude.
Wait, Howard, just because with OJ's relationship with Infinity, has any of your bosses ever told you to back off since when he's out, it's going to create a kind of an uneasy feeling?
No, they never tell me to back off anything. Thank you. I work for very nice people. They don't.
And OJ resigned.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard, is there a possibility I can be 003 or CIA a-hole in Philadelphia?
Do you tape the show? All right, you could be it. You're a CIA hole. Hold on.
Thanks.
There you go. It's that simple.
I think I've paid all my gambling debts.
Hey, you know, I know you did a radio commercial for your book that you never released. Why did you never release it?
Radio commercial?
I have a copy. Someone sent me a copy of it.
I don't know anything about a radio commercial.
Oh, yeah, listen.
New from Hooter Press. It's a sexy book. It's a provocative book. It's a book about a really screwed up life. It's Quivers, a Life. It's the story of how a newswoman grew up in Baltimore and survived horrible incest with her father.
Oh, that's...
This is too racy. A lot of the stations wouldn't take it.
That's what it was. It was turned down by stations.
Her family friend. Her priest and cab driver. Relive Robin's days as a member of British society.
Jessica did a dial date.
Experience the part of Robin's life where she practiced witchcraft with a cult in San Francisco.
Wow.
Remember Robin's early days when she was doing the world's worst impressions of Joan Rivers.
Edgar and I went to the Greek islands.
Liza Minnelli.
I'm getting overboard.
And Rocky the Flying Squirrel.
And this is a bowline yet.
Read about the first time Robin took it in the tailpipe from a married man. Also in the Robin Quivers book, you'll learn about how Robin battled cancer with seaweed.
I love seaweed wraps.
Now
I had already discovered those when I went away to a spa. I love them.
Read about her thrilling decision to change from afro to braids and have life-saving breast reduction surgery. Whatever you do, don't skip the chapter about when Robin had sex tied to a refrigerator.
I was handcuffed around a piece of furniture.
After reading her book, celebrities everywhere want to now have sex with Robin. Right, Jerry Seinfeld?
Yes.
How about you, Arnold Schwarzenegger?
More now than ever before.
Hey, Kato Kalin. Would you like a shot at Robin?
Wouldn't you?
It's so painful. It's so shocking. It's so effed up. You wish you had Alzheimer's so you could forget every painful syllable of Quivers, a Life. Available at science fiction counters everywhere.
Why didn't you, why didn't you ever release that?
I don't recall why we pulled that.
Too controversial?
I think that we were afraid of not being approved by the stations. You know, quite frankly, no other radio stations want to promote anything about this show.
Yeah, right. They're jealous. They're jealous of our #1 status. We have to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
More to come when the Howard Stern Show returns in a moment. 97.1 The Eagle.
Oh, I like that Glacier Ridge.
We're back with the Howard
Now that's
Stern
a good
Show.
drink. Okay. All right, very good. Okay.
Beard.
All right.
Johnny, I love you.
All right, very good.
This is Mother Teresa speaking from the bed. God don't want me yet, man. I got more feet to taste.
All right.
Apparently that was true. She had a little trouble a few years ago, but she's still kicking.
Yeah, she sure is.
Time to bed.
All right.
Make a cheese. Make a cheese. Let's make a cheese. Mini dress.
All right.
That dope is.
All right. Blast from the past. That's Vagina Man checking in with us, Rob.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's make a cheese.
Right.
China Dan.
Okay.
Tom Cruise.
The whole review.
Beard.
All right.
I love you.
All right, that's good. I was going to read you a hate article someone wrote about me called Howard Stern, The Scum Also Rises, to compare it to Mark and Brian's loving tribute article.
Yeah, our press is completely different.
Yeah, I was going to show you our press. I don't know. There's a million things we could do right now. I could play you more of my tapes from when I first started in radio.
Well, we really ought to finish that up.
Think so?
I mean, if it gets too far past when we did it before, we'll have to start explaining all over again and start from the beginning.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem.
I think we could still pick it up where it is and not be too bad off.
I was working at this station called WRNW. It was the first real job I ever got.
Now, this is out of college.
Yeah, I really sucked.
You tried something else, but you decided you needed to be in radio.
Yeah. I had this burning desire, and I was trying to be a straight disc jockey, and, like, it just wasn't working out. And then they sent me out to do... The only tape I have is from... This girl, Donna, sent it in.
Yeah.
Donna's still a disc jockey, too. She's one of the people I worked with at RNW.
I never knew that you two had this shared history.
Yeah, well, I was the program director. Well, what happened was we were both disc jockeys there, and then they fired the program director.
Oh, so you weren't responsible for hiring her?
No. She was working there, and I was working there. And my friend, this guy Joe from Chicago, that was his name, Joe from Chicago, that was his air name. And he was married to Meg Griffin. And Meg and Joe, you know, they were dating at that point, but they were about to get married. And
yeah.
Joe was the program director, Meg was the music director. And Meg was all happy because she got to play any record she wanted, and she loved to play records.
Yeah, Meg's a woman who used to follow us here on the radio.
And Joe was the program director, and he was this guy who made me the director. He really liked me a lot. He thought I was real good, and made me the production director and stuff. And
Meg didn't like you. He liked you.
Yeah, he liked me a lot. He thought I was real good and thought I had some talent and made me the production director and everything. And then when he got fired, they made me the program director, so he got pissed off at me. He didn't like me anymore. I wouldn't be my friend anymore. Because
what were you supposed to do, turn down the...
Well, he was pissed because, like, 2 days before they were going to fire him, they called me into an office and said, look, we're going to fire Joe from Chicago, and we're going to make you the program director. And I said, well, gee, I really like Joe, but you sure you're going to do this? I said, I don't want to backstab anyone, but if you're going to do this, fine, I'll take the job. I needed the money. And I wasn't looking to quit. I was a horrible disc jockey. Joe had some talent. I knew he'd be able to get a job. It was, quite frankly, it was time for him to leave anyway. I mean, how long are you going to sit there for $4 an hour?
Stay there for the rest of your life?
So I was like, okay, sure, I'd be happy to be the program director. What's involved? Like, what do I have to do? He said, just pick out some records for everyone to play. I said, well, okay.
You didn't even know what a program director did.
No. I didn't know what Joe did. I didn't know what anyone did. But I said, I'd love it. How much does it pay? $250 a week. I'm there. I would love to. I would like to be the program director. I would love that. And when they made me the program director, I realized I want to pick the record. So I made Donna, this woman Donna, who was a knockout piece of ass, I made her the music director because I figured if I got to be around there working, let her be around. I'll take a look at her.
We worked together. She had to come with those music selections to you.
Yeah. And I figured, boy, she's really going to be in love with me because I made her the music director.
Yeah, you gave her a position.
And she seemed to hate me more. She didn't kiss my ass. She didn't do anything. I thought, boy, she's going to kiss my ass. And I would have loved. I wasn't married yet. I could have had a party. I would have probably skipped the marriage and just gone off with her. I would love to.
That, huh?
What?
Couldn't parlay that?
Parlay it. I was the biggest loser on the planet. These girls.
You really wouldn't have had sex with anybody.
Hey, Gary, get Donna on the phone.
Knowing that Allison was sitting in New York.
What she look like? What she looked like? Yeah. Real tall, which you know I love. 5. I'm going to guess 5'10", 5'11".
Really? That tall?
Yeah. Big cans. Ooh. Black hair. She looked like a goddess. Every guy wanted to get in her pants.
Anybody famous?
Okay, let me think.
She wasn't a Cher, look like
Phoebe Cates kind of thing.
Oh.
Okay. Honestly.
A tall Phoebe.
A tall Phoebe Cates, not a little midget. Get her on the phone if you can. She said she'd come on the air. So they made me the program director, and I was just as happy to be the program director, but that's when I knew to get married, because even being the program director, nobody wanted to have sex with me.
And giving a person a job didn't get you anywhere.
I spent the night in a hotel room with her. Up there, what happened is we all had no money because we were all making $4 an hour, and it was a terrible ice storm. We worked in Briarcliff Manor. And it was
Where were you living?
I was living in a monastery.
Oh.
I was.
That's when you lived in a monastery.
Yeah, with like guys who were monks, and you weren't allowed to make any noise. But they charged me $100 a month.
So you could afford it.
Yeah. What's up? Where is she?
She's not home.
Oh,
after all this
what do you mean? Where is she?
She had to take her son to school.
She's married and has a kid?
I didn't know that either.
Oh.
Phoebe Cates can't have kids.
Are you kidding? So here I'm about to do this again, and now we won't have her on the air. What is this?
Well, we didn't set it up.
Yeah, but I can't set stuff up like this.
I know, but I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you're the worst producer. You really are.
This is terrible.
You have no luck. So is she hearing this now? Could she pull up? Does she have a car phone?
I mean,
what?
How well do you think she does?
I don't know. She's
Not
married.
Everybody's you.
Maybe her husband. I mean, she's a piece of ass. Maybe she married some rich guy. If she had any brains, she would have.
He can't be that. Well, he might be rich. He's still home.
He's home?
Yeah.
The guy's home?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That's not
talk to him.
Does he have a car phone number on her?
He didn't appear to, because I said we really wanted to talk to her, and he said she's on her way to school.
Yeah, but how hard is it to get in touch with her? And she's listening to us.
Does he have a beeper?
Let's see who she married.
Yeah, let me see who she married. Get the guy on the phone.
I'll go get Mr. Donna.
Yeah, all right. She says her name is Donna. That's what she calls herself.
See, if, how did he get her? If you missed out, who got her? Let's find out.
Yeah, but I knew to get married because I said, well, if I'm going to so we go to this hotel because it was an ice storm, and me and this guy, Jeff, we have to share a bed.
Now, this is Jeff from Chicago.
No.
No?
This is Jeff. This is a different Jeff. This is this guy, Jeff. So me and Jeff have to share a bed, and this girl, Cynthia, who we knew, and Donna, we're going to share a bed. And all I know is this guy, Jeff, hops out of my bed, hops into bed with the two of them, and he's trying to make time with his Donna and Cynthia, and nobody...
I thought you said, like, Cynthia was had just broken up with her boyfriend or something?
Donna had just broken up with her
it
boyfriend.
was Donna who had broken up.
And he was, like, trying to console her and stuff. And I'm like, that son of a bitch is going to score off the rebound. And I'm like, why doesn't anyone want to get into bed with me? And I was like, hey, anyone want to get in bed with me? No one.
Odd man out again.
All three of them were in the same bed, and I had to stay in my own bed.
Oh, how much was this hotel room?
I don't know. I don't even remember.
Probably $17.
It was like $20 between the four of us, $5 a piece. Damn.
You know, you should be playing cards with Lloyd Lindsey. You should have been at that card.
You know what? I realize with what I have going on now on radio, on a Saturday night, I could be out dating 30 penthouse pets. Instead, because I'm married, I'm with Lloyd Lindsey Young playing cards. It's like high school all over again. And I get depressed playing cards.
Robin said to me during the spots, we were getting a cup of coffee. She said, do you realize what a collection of nerds that is?
Oh my God. The biggest collection. And I'm sitting there going,
handpicked.
This is so bad. I said, I should be out like Sylvester Stallone trying to decide between Jennifer Flavin and Angie Everhart.
Dumping Angie Everhart.
Yeah. Where's the husband? He doesn't want to come on?
He must have flipped the radio on and heard us talking about it because nobody's picking up. But he was just there 9 seconds ago.
Well, maybe he went out. He might have left for work. Probably heard the radio.
Didn't want to discuss it. Okay.
Yeah.
Try again. One more time.
He's married to Phoebe Cates.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if she's... Have you seen her recently?
Yeah, I saw her recently.
Does she still look like Phoebe Cates?
I thought she was pretty attractive, but
yeah.
I didn't...
She was real attractive when we were... I mean, we were 20 years old, maybe. 19, 20 years old. No, 21, yeah.
Yeah. You were out of college, so 21, 22, something.
She was hot, man.
That's the problem. Even Phoebe Cates doesn't look like Phoebe Cates anymore.
All right.
The one we remember.
Right. But she was pretty hot. This is Donna. So, I don't know. So anyway, when I was out there doing this broadcast, she was on the radio, so she evidently taped it.
She kept a copy of the tape.
Well, she obviously spotted some talent there. Well, actually, she just wanted to save her tape. She didn't want me on it.
Yeah, there must have been more before this of her show, and then this call-in from you who just happened to be there.
I was hoping there was no evidence of me as a disc jockey at WRNW, but evidently it still exists.
I've heard one or two of your other tapes, you doing commercials or... stuff like that.
Yeah.
We never actually heard you trying to do a live remote.
So anyway, this is when I was still just a disc jockey. I wasn't the program director, I don't think. Or maybe I was. Who knows? Because the owner came to me and said, that's what it must have been.
You were the program director?
Yeah. The owner of the station came to me and said, hey, you couldn't even get commercials on the station. It was so bad. No one could pick it up. Even like the sales guy, we had like 2 sales guys. And they would go into the, into a bakery or something and say, would you like to buy some advertising? And they said, what station? We'd say WRNW. And the guy goes, well, let me listen to it. They couldn't pick it up on their radio dial, and no one could sell advertising time. Man. And it cost $6 a minute to advertise. That was the top of the rate card. So you could probably get it for $2 a minute. Can you imagine? And the reason it was $2 a minute is because no one ever heard it. So it was $2 too much. It was
I wonder how you got a paycheck.
Yeah, sometimes you didn't.
Really?
I had heard that the guys who owned it before, when I came to work, everyone used to rush to the bank to get their paycheck because most of the time they'd run out of money, and the most a disc jockey could make there was $96 a week. I was making $96, and I'm sitting sweating whether my paycheck's going to clear. It was weird. But $2 a minute probably you could have bought spots on that station, and at $2 a minute it was a ripoff. You were getting ripped. I used to feel bad for the sponsors because I knew they were getting ripped off. It was $2 a minute, and I used to feel bad. I had like one big sponsor on my show.
Yeah.
Cheese Wheel. I remember it now.
Cheese Wheel.
The Cheese Wheel. That was my big sponsor.
What is that?
Guy loved me. I used to call him every day on the air. I'd do a live commercial.
So he liked it.
He loved it. He said he got people who came in and mentioned it, so somebody must have heard the station.
Cheese Wheel.
The Cheese Wheel. I remember it. Nice little shop. Had a lot of different cheeses and some good health food drinks and stuff. The Cheese Wheel. That was my big sponsor.
Boy, oh boy.
It's probably still up there.
Yeah.
Cheese Wheel. I called the guy. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Steve from the Cheese Wheel. Hey, Steve, what's on sale today?
What's the special?
Nice setup, guys.
Good to talk to you, Howard. Yeah, we got some good things going down here at the Cheese Wheel.
Yeah. I've been doing live commercials for 20 years.
No wonder you're tired.
You'd want to quit, too. So anyway, this cockamamie scam was they finally got a call from a movie company, movie studio, that said, we want to advertise. The whole station was in an uproar. Like, oh, my God, a movie studio.
Yeah, this was you did get the check.
And since we were a rock station, Peter Frampton and the Bee Gees were coming out with a movie called Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And it was the biggest bomb of all time. It was the Bee Gees and Frampton singing Beatles songs. And they put together some cockamamie plot that made no sense. And the movie came out in New York.
As much as I love movies, I don't even remember this.
Yeah. The movie came out. No one saw it. The movie came out in New York. It came out all over the country. It was a big bomb.
Oh, my, get out of the way, please. No, the folks between the...
And it already bombed, but they had bought a second wave of advertising. They figured this thing was going to be big, but as a second wave, they would get all the secondary and tertiary markets, and I was going to handle live from the Westchester Theater a live remote welcoming Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, but it was 2 weeks after the movie opened.
Okay, so this wasn't even a premiere.
It was the Westchester premiere, supposedly. But meanwhile, the movie was already out of the theaters. It was a bomb. No one was going to. There were 3 people in the theater, and I had to go there and act like this was a big deal. Hey, everybody, how do you like the movie? Now, you knew the movie sucked, and everybody hated it. And then Donna was on the air. She was the anchor person, and I was the guy out on remote.
So, in other words, what you're telling me is all this time that you're spending on the air with her is paid for time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We never did stuff like this.
I couldn't understand why you continued to go on when there was nothing to do.
Oh, I had to go. They paid for an hour. I had to stand. There was nobody to interview, and I'm a horrible disc jockey. All right, I'll play it. Ready?
No, okay.
Yeah.
How old are you?
No, you heard the rest of the tape.
Of your mess here.
Yeah, so I'm on a phone. I'm on a telephone, okay? They gave me a microphone, but to the telephone. Yeah. And most of the people there hated the movie. They're walking out early.
Yeah, but when you've got 2 wires hanging from a telephone, so that you can be able, that doesn't encourage people to come up and talk to you. You know, if you have a mic there with your logo on it and stuff, maybe they'll speak.
And then the station had given me Boz Scaggs albums to give away.
Yeah.
Just to try and give away stuff to get people to talk to me.
And Boz Scaggs has nothing to do with the movie.
No. And then, every time I ask someone if they want an album, they go, oh, no. Can you imagine people turning down free albums? They didn't want them.
This was a really disgruntled crowd.
So not only am I nervous because I suck on the air, not only am I on with this Donna who is distancing herself from the whole thing, obviously, because she doesn't want to help me.
She was already sort of indicating that it was a fiasco.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but help me out, you know? I mean, you're getting paid, too.
She practically said, is anybody there?
Yeah.
How old are you?
13.
You're 13 years old. Do you know who George Burns is?
Yeah.
What do you think of that guy? Is he something else?
No, George Burns is in the movie.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, and I'm supposed to,
Oh, you're looking for something good about the film.
Yeah, I guess so.
Donna, I'm not kidding you. I have an album for you. Do you know what war is? Well, enjoy.
Oh, war. Yeah. I give this 13-year-old a war album. And they're used albums.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they took out albums that they had in the music closet with all the plastic off it and everything.
Cleaned out.
Yeah. Because you got to understand, we got $2 a minute for advertising.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
You know who war is.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, Donna, you don't hear Donna.
But that's no way to sell an album.
Yeah. Oh, please.
Hey, I got this great war album for you.
Who cares? I sucked.
Anyway, I want to ask you, what did you think of the movie?
It was really terrific. I think everybody should come down and see it. It's a good time for everybody. It's a lot.
Now, you understand, this is someone who works at the station, probably. I had like 2 or 3 people. Yeah.
Fun. You get to hear the Beatles music. Second best.
You get to hear the second best to the Beatles. Well, nobody can top the Beatles, that's for sure, Don. I know you have strong feelings about that, but the Bee Gees and Frampton did a pretty good job. You guys want to say anything about the movie? Thought it was...
You gotta say something. This movie has bombed already.
Do you want to say anything about the movie?
And you hear this, Donna? I'm talking to Donna. There's no answer.
Not a word.
It's like, hey, is anybody home?
She doesn't say anything. She leaves you out there hanging.
Yeah, it's one thing. I don't get stepped on, that's for sure.
She could be in the restroom. You don't know where she is.
Oh, I was ready to kill myself. Quite the little help. But that's how she was with me anyway, even when we would talk in the office.
There was nobody for you to talk to in that theater. Was she going to respond? Could you have gotten a back and forth?
Trying to get her on the phone. She didn't respond to me on any level.
Not even on the air.
Well, a lot of the disc jockeys back then sort of had this feeling that they shouldn't be involved in commercialism and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I always...
Right, sure. They should be distanced from that. They couldn't be bought and sold.
I was always bought and sold. I was a total whore. I would have done anything to get money into the station. I don't know why I felt that sense of obligation and nobody else did. I was like, okay, I'll go make an idiot out of myself.
Animation, everything's really good. It was great. Animation? I don't think we were at the same movie. That wasn't like a cartoon type thing?
Yeah, I'm trying to be nice. The animation, the guy goes. Wait.
Was the animation, everything's really good. It was great. Animation? I don't think we were at the same movie. That wasn't you mean like a cartoon type thing? I didn't see any animation.
Wasn't that Yellow Submarine?
Oh, yep.
Oh, there's Donna. Help me out. Wasn't that Yellow Submarine?
People don't even know what movie they're supposed to remember.
Now, mind you, I've only killed a minute. I have to go like 59 more minutes. With an empty theater.
This is a nightmare.
Yeah, oh, it was so bad. Hey, China Man, what do you think it is?
Mac and cheese.
Right.
He would have been great.
Yeah.
Wait a second. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, Donna, I really like that guy Ingmar Bergman. You know, the Strawberry Fields scene was really good. You know, Strawberry Fields with sour cream.
No, I'm trying to make jokes.
Good in life.
And I suck.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I'm as bad as the guy with the animation.
Second, somebody just informed me this is Sergeant Pepper's, not Ingmar Bergman. Hold it, I have somebody here who is dying to get on the microphone. We're live. Do you want to say something?
No, I just thought the movie was good.
Thought the movie was good. What do you?
And each time someone would come up, I get real nervous because I knew they were going to say it sucked. But someone obviously had screened the few people that were there and asked them if they would say something nice.
Yeah.
And I had asked people.
But there's no enthusiasm.
It's a disaster. The movie was a disaster.
That's good.
The movie was a disaster. And I'm a disaster. And this Donna's no help.
Think of Aerosmith.
Great.
They look mean, Donna. I tell you something. Bee Gees and Frampton, they look super clean, like sour cream and strawberries. But
forgive me, I sucked.
Why are you talking about sour cream and
because I
strawberries?
sucked. I was trying to be a nice guy.
That's me. They look nice and clean.
I was trying to rap. She left me hanging.
Aerosmith looks scary. You're so crazy.
It's like a big homo. Like the world's worst. And they made me the program director. You can imagine how bad everyone else was. I was the program director.
Like sour cream and cherries.
Yeah, well. Where's your orally tapes? Why don't you drag yourself through the mud? Right. Yeah. That is pretty bad.
Come on, what else do you say?
I don't know that I want to hear the rest.
The douche chills yet?
Oh, man. I wouldn't listen to me.
They were the villains. As my friend Truman once said.
Oh, I'm not listening to this.
Your friend Truman? You're taking a joke, man.
This is Harry?
No, I'm not listening.
Come on. Mentioning your friends.
I'm not listening to that anymore. This is too painful.
Hit that
no.
You hit that button down.
Can't make me. I'll walk out. I'll leave.
Hit the button.
You gotta do it.
This is worse than cold gold makes you old. All right, here we go.
Nothing's worse than that.
Even I'm curious to see what idiocy comes out of my mouth.
I think that they were just ridiculous.
Oh, Truman Capote. Hey, that was a great impression. That's a great impression. Thank you. I used to have to do my own impression.
About as good as my Joan Rivers.
All right, we heard enough. Hey, easy.
What's the response to your impression?
I bet you silence. All right, let's see what the response is. Even I'm curious.
Lots of people want out. Thank you, Truman. Here's an album for you. Well, thank you. Only on the grounds that I'm lonely, I'll accept this.
See, that's good. Characters. All right, I was trying some stuff out. At least I'm trying. Where's Donna?
What was she doing while you were doing your impression?
Who knows?
She was back at the station.
I'm waiting for her to say something. I couldn't see her. Where is she? I'd love to talk to her. Every time we do this, she's not available.
Has she gotten home yet?
That's my producer, Fafa Fooey.
He told you could do this. You'd have thought he'd check to see if she was at home and available.
Hey, Fafa Fooey, maybe I'll do a Truman Capote impression until she gets on the phone. Well, Robin. As my old friend Truman used to say, Fafa Fooey's a turd.
Go ahead and hit the button. I got to hear more.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can't make me. I got to take a break. When we come back, maybe Don will be on the phone.
Great.
One time he wants to go to
Yeah, I got to get right to my commercial.
All of a sudden he wants to go to commercial. He'd rather do a live commercial than listen.
It's too painful.
That's pretty good.
That's my friend Truman.
And look how much more tape there is.
Oh, goes on forever.
Yeah. Well, it's an hour of this. All right, we'll be back right after this.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. More after this. 97.1 The Eagle. We're back with The Howard Stern Show.
Yeah. Now you're rocking. Now you're rocking, douche. All right. Hey, Donna's on the phone.
Oh, good.
Hey, Donna.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Nice to speak with you.
Nice to talk to you, too. I just walked in the door and got a message from one of my friends to call you. So
Yeah.
I don't really know what's going on.
I was talking about how, well, I'm playing the tape of, you know, when we first did our...
provided us.
Yeah, that you provided us with, which I'm totally embarrassed by.
You know, when I was sending it off to you, I thought to myself, I'm probably making a mistake.
No, you did the right thing. This is
Why
good.
hasn't she ever been in touch with us before? I didn't know she had this history with you.
Well, I mean, there's no history. In my mind, there was a history. I was explaining that...
Well, she worked with you.
I was explaining about what a piece of ass you were. You know, I mean, I haven't seen you in a while, but I understand you're still a piece of ass.
Well, I haven't changed that much.
Really? Super. Well, Donna was, like, really hot, and she didn't apparently like me too much, I don't think.
Well,
Be honest.
I wouldn't say that, Howard.
Really? She didn't really pay me any attention, even though I made her the music director.
Wait a minute. What would she say she felt about you?
Well, the thing is, I would go on the air at 6 o'clock, right?
Right.
And every evening at 6:30, Allison would call.
Right.
And I'd pick up the phone, and she'd say, is Howard there? And
Right.
I'd say, sure, Allison, hold on. So I never thought I stood a chance, Howard.
Oh, please. She wasn't interested.
Allison was standing in the
What's
way.
that got to do with anything? Like, just because Allison called. No, but you know what? I mean, Donna you were not physically attracted. No one was physically attracted to me, right? Be honest. You can be honest about it.
Well, Howard, let's just say,
Yeah.
since those days,
I've gotten better looking.
you've blossomed.
Yeah, great. Now I'm
Was
married.
he a mess then? Is that what you're
Yeah, I was a mess.
Well, not a mess, but...
I was pretty ugly. I was
Did
pretty
you
ugly.
have your beard, your mustache and short hair by then?
No, I had short hair because that's how I got the job. That's why the guy hired me.
Because you had short hair?
Donald J. Barnett hired me because I had short hair. That's exactly why he hired me.
But I think you had the mustache.
Yeah, it was a real attractive mustache, too, and my talents on the radio were really quite awesome.
So now you worked as his music director, right?
Yeah, well, when I became the program director, I made her music director, but, man, I would have loved to have had sex
Even
with
in
you.
those close quarters, you didn't think to do anything.
Don't you remember that night that we went to the hotel? We had to go to a motel or something.
I remember the night.
Yeah, it was you. You were all upset because your boyfriend broke up with you, and you were, like, crying in bed.
You know, Howard, I had forgotten all about that until I heard you tell the story.
Yeah, well, the
years
reason I remember it is because I was laying in the bed. A guy doesn't forget stuff like this. And that guy Jeff hopped into bed with you. He didn't get anything off you, but he was trying.
Yeah.
Remember? He spent the whole night working you.
Well, Cynthia was there, too.
Yeah, but
Why didn't you think to hop into the bed? Why does Jeff think?
Because I don't know how to do that kind of stuff, and I know that women find me repulsive. So I just, I wouldn't jump into the bed.
Howard, you were like the daddy.
Yeah, great.
We were the kids.
I know.
We wanted to do all the fooling around.
Yeah, I wanted to fool around, though. I want to have fun.
Daddy slept in his own bed.
Yeah.
And Daddy wanted the boys and girls to be quiet.
Yeah. I don't know. And I didn't. None of the people had fun with me. I didn't know how to even have fun. I didn't even care. I was a mess.
You weren't that bad, Howard.
Donna's the reason I got married.
Yes.
Because I said, hey, you know what? Right before I get married, if some knockout like this, what if, like, one night we're working and she just, like, comes on to me, then I'll know that, hey,
there's hope.
There's hope.
Well, you know, Howard.
And she wouldn't even talk to me.
Well, I think there was that program director, music director relationship that stood in the way.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That boss and, we were both management. What?
The only thing worse than a girl saying you're my friend is saying you're the daddy.
Oh,
yeah. I know, but I was like, I don't know what it was, but no one perceived me as a fun guy. I mean, let's face it, nobody does to this day.
You were more mature.
Yeah.
We were all...
Now, how could that be? You've heard him on the radio.
How can that be?
How could he have been more mature?
But I was the program director. I had to assume the mantle of leadership.
I think you've let go a lot of your inhibitions now. In those days...
Yeah, I guess. I would have loved to have just had sex with you. I think about you a lot.
Oh.
Over the years, I would think about, boy, imagine if a girl like that had turned to me. Would I have gotten married? Would I have, like they could have changed my whole life?
If Allison was calling every day even then.
Yeah, but so what?
You would have maintained.
But in all fairness, if Allison wasn't calling, Donna wouldn't be interested anyway.
Well, you never know, Howard.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have been.
It's like those things where, you find out somebody likes you, and you think, oh, they like me, maybe I like them. You never know what could have happened.
No, you like that guy Jeff.
No, we were just friends.
Really? You never got it on with him?
No, never. Never.
I just figured everyone was getting it on with each other, and I couldn't get anybody.
You weren't even in the loop.
No, I wasn't even in the loop.
He was getting it on with some of the other people, but no, he and I were just friends.
Really?
Was there anybody at the station who liked Howard? You would be in on the
No.
station gossip.
Well,
you talk about him in a sexual nature?
I think they all hated me.
No, that's not true.
Really?
That's not true.
I've always felt particularly hated.
Yeah, he had me convinced that you hated his guts.
Yeah. I just used to sit, like, I'd be sitting there late at night going, man, she is such a knockout. Because you had really a big chest. I don't know what's doing now, but...
It's bigger.
I bet. She had a really big chest.
I have 2 kids now. So
And what were you?
bigger.
Well, you're about 5'10", right?
No, 5'6.5".
Are you really?
Boy, Howard, you really exaggerate.
I thought you were real tall.
Not that's all.
You used to wear clogs, didn't you?
Clogs?
Yeah.
Sure, we all used to wear clogs in those days, Howard.
Yeah, I used to look at your ankles. I was really attracted to her. I just said, man, no girl like this would ever be attracted to me, so I'm getting married. I mean, I got the best girl I could possibly get, ever.
Well, I think that's true to this day.
Well, yeah, but...
Your wife is a saint.
Of course. Of course. Of course, we all know that.
Anybody who would sleep with you is a saint.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something. Once you get me in the sack and you close your eyes, I'm pretty good looking. It's just you got to just kind of suspend, you know. You got to suspend.
Close your eyes?
Yeah, close your eyes.
I watch the E! Show, Howard.
I'm not bad, right?
I think that you're very sexy.
Yeah, I think I've put together my look, and, you know, I've gotten into some physical conditioning.
I like the new look with the drapey shirts and your hair not so severe. I think you're really attractive.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, I would like to get together with you. I really would. I'd like to satisfy my curiosity. Now you got kids and everything?
Yeah, I have 2 children.
Wow.
They're so sweet.
And what about you? You kept your shape?
Yeah,
Really?
I haven't really changed that much. My hair's long now.
Ooh, that's good.
I guess it was shorter back in the...
And you're not gray or anything, are you?
I'm not gray? No.
Good. Wow. Hey, I'd like to get together sometime, maybe for some lunch or...
yeah.
How old are your kids?
You've got to be a little bored by now. How long have you been married?
How long have I been married?
Yeah.
7 years.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, her kids are pretty young.
Oh. Now, how old are your kids?
My son is 4.5. His name is Michael, and my daughter Gina is 2.5.
Oh, no, she's probably still horny for your husband.
He is very cute.
Is he really?
He's very cute.
Not better looking than me, though. I'm sure he is. So, anyway.
So I'm sorry that I didn't jump in and help you out more in that Sgt. Pepper.
Yeah, but you remember that? That whole thing was a fiasco.
What were you doing while he was struggling out there?
Yeah, where were you?
Well, Howard, this was my first job in radio.
Right.
I think I was on the air all of, a month when that happened.
Oh, really?
I was sitting there shaking my boots. I had no clue. I didn't know what to do.
So I wasn't the program director during this, was I?
Yeah.
Oh, I was?
Yeah, because you gave me the full-time air shift.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should have really been thankful.
I was.
You should have at least made out with me.
I was very grateful.
You should have at least come over to me and said, listen, I really want to thank you for this job, and just made out with me. Should have made your move.
It didn't dawn on me that was the way to thank you.
Yeah, nobody ever thought that.
Nobody ever thanked you that way.
Yeah, I'm not the kind of guy like when we come over we do oral favors.
No. As a thank you.
As a thank you. You are so hot. I have to thank you. Yeah. I was the outcast. I really was. Even though I was the program director, no one included me in anything fun.
Oh, I don't think that's
true. Nobody invited me to go smoke a joint or anything.
Well.
You know what I mean?
They had parties and they hung out. There was a little
they had parties
socializing between the air staff, and they never invited you.
I don't know. I always thought that the parties happened during the day. You guys were all always going out to lunch together. And
if I had been a better good-looking guy, and like Donna had just said to me, hey, flirted a little bit, I wonder if I ever would have gotten married. That could have changed history. My personal history.
But then you wouldn't have your lovely daughters.
Yeah, right. No, I'm saying thank God you didn't because I'm a happy man. But I'm just saying, I wonder.
It sounded like that.
So you never even considered me sexually, right? Be honest.
Well.
You can be honest.
You can be honest. It's okay.
I can't recall. That was a long time ago. I'm sure there was something. I was so young back then.
Yeah.
I think I probably considered everyone.
Really? God, I never picked up on that.
So you had an opportunity and you didn't take it.
No, I didn't. She's being kind. I didn't have any opportunity there.
No.
Believe me, I didn't.
But Howard, you just seem so satisfied and happy with Allison.
Right.
And, you were the program director.
He was as good as married even then.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jackie, get the gun and shoot me. Go ahead. It's right over in the corner.
Sure.
Get it out of the lockbox and get it out and shoot me.
I thought you and Allison were the perfect couple.
We are the perfect couple.
Yeah.
You should have seen us this weekend. She perfectly avoided me the entire weekend.
Miserable with each other.
No, we love each other very much, actually. Thank God you didn't come between us.
That's right.
Because I am so happy. No, seriously, I really am.
And I've seen your wife on TV. She's as gorgeous today as she was then.
Of course. Better looking, I think. I think she gets more beautiful with every day. That's my personal feeling. Anyone who wants to debate that?
Like sour cream and cherry.
Yeah.
I think you're going to get some tonight, Howard.
Yes, I am. And it'll be the first time in a month. I heard you this week. I listened to you on the radio. Donna's working on a competing station in New York.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Q104.3.
All right, you can get a plug in. That's all right.
Thanks.
Yeah, I heard you this
It's
week.
such a cool station.
Well, you're cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for sending me the tape.
Okay, I'm sorry I was no Robin Quivers back in those days.
All right, but you were new, and at least you didn't embarrass yourself like me. All right, Donna.
Bye, Howard.
Thanks, and send me a picture or two of yourself.
Sure.
In a thong.
No problem.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
She was so hot. I don't know what she looks like now, but she was so hot. Oh.
And you never say anything. You never do anything. Howard...
Because she was out of my league. Out of my
league. It was better that you married Allison.
Right.
Because you never would have said anything to anybody.
No. The only person I ever said anything to was Allison. And that took a big build-up. Don't think that was easy, to ask her out on a date. I had to go
How many times had you seen her before you asked her?
Oh, at least 3 or 4 times, and but I had shot movies with her and everything.
Oh, so you didn't even ask during that stuff?
No, I was too embarrassed. I knew she'd reject me. I had to find out from her roommate that she would be willing to go out with me.
Even
I had to
after
know.
all that?
Yeah.
You did the movie before you asked her out.
Yeah.
See, I thought that
you
was
never told us that.
date.
Yeah.
I thought you had been taking her out and then
No. Are you kidding? That was my way of meeting her.
Well,
she wouldn't even talk to me.
Yeah,
she wouldn't even talk to me.
I thought they were kind of simultaneous.
I went over to her apartment to visit a friend of mine, and she wouldn't even talk to me. She totally blew me off because I'm repulsive. Everyone was attracted to Dr. Lou.
So was she talking to him?
Well, she talked to everyone but me. And I knew she hated me, and I went back to Dr. Lou and said, God, why can't I get a girlfriend like that? He goes, you can't get her?
Oh,
he goes, I could get her.
Oh.
He goes, I don't even want her. I could get her.
Oh, dear.
He said, she's in my class. She's looking for it.
Oh.
I said, you kidding, Lou? I said, well, that's easy for you to say. You're good looking. You get all these girls.
Easy, according to him.
Oh, yeah, you should see the crank she was going out with. Oh, yeah, Lou was like, yeah, she has the hots for me.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Why didn't he pass it along?
No, he wasn't interested.
He didn't even bother.
No, I couldn't get her. I said, man, if she could go for me, it would be some date. Man, all I want is a regular girlfriend. I had never had a real girlfriend. Every girl that I'd ever had that was, that you could classify as a girlfriend, cheated on me.
And they live thousands of miles away. Anyway.
Live thousands of miles away, or would have sex with me once and never want to see me again.
Like a black widow.
Yeah. I devoured them. Nobody wanted me. I was a disaster. I was this big, gawky guy who had no rap.
So by putting her in the movie, she got to know
what I did was I said, I called up and I was like, could you please be in my movie? And she said no. She turned me down. She said, I'm not interested in being in your movie. I said, you're kidding. I said, how could that backfire? And everyone wants to be in a movie.
And that must have taken a lot of nerve on your part to even call her up to ask her that, right?
Yeah.
But the movie was for a school project. That was a real thing.
Yeah. Oh, it was a real movie. I got the movie.
Yeah. Well, I know that, but it was always a real thing. It wasn't just you were shooting something just to get to talk to her.
No. It was real. And I even said to her, please help me out. It's a means of grade. And she goes, well, just ask someone else to do it. I said, no. It's a documentary on transcendental meditation, and you're the perfect girl. I need like a dream girl. I need, and she
really
I was laying it on like a real douche. I was such a jerk off.
So what
it worked.
What?
What changed her mind?
Well, then she said, well, I don't want to do it, but I guess if you're desperate, if you can't get anyone else, why don't you make a few calls, and then I'll do it. So then I just sat by the phone and waited. I called one person who said no, and I knew she'd say no. You know who that one person was? Ellen Lewis. You know Ellen Lewis.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I called her up. I go, you want to be... And she goes, no. I go, okay, you were all wrong for it anyway.
So funny.
I didn't want to be insulted. And I called her back. I said, I can't get anyone. So then my wife agreed to do it. And then when I was out there, I was like complimenting her, and she started to see that I was like an okay guy.
Yeah.
Like once women could see me in a more relaxed, as a filmmaker.
Doing anything else than just being you.
Yeah. As long as I was doing something, I knew that it would be cool.
As long as you weren't just sitting around trying to be sociable.
Jackie hit it on the head. Beauty and the Beast. As long as I'm busy.
Yeah, it's just like Ariel or whatever that girl's name was in the movie. She had to be with you for a long time.
Yeah, so I just like, I just like freaked out, and I couldn't ask anybody out and all that stuff. So that's why, like,
because, I mean, here you are talking about if Donna would have. You never dated another soul after Allison said yes to you once.
Right. Oh, I was so happy I had a girlfriend.
But you didn't even have a girlfriend. You had one date.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go out with anybody else.
No one.
Was she dating anybody while you were making the movie? I mean...
No. She broken up with a guy who was a real loser, a bigger loser than me.
So it was perfect timing.
Yeah. This guy was so ugly, like you couldn't even look at him straight on. This guy had like 50 pounds of zits. He was like skinny.
Did you see him?
She described him to me. I saw him on a bus once. The guy looked like the Elephant Man.
Is this the guy who wouldn't leave his room?
No, that was a different guy.
Boy, she was on some roll.
Yeah.
Competition was pretty stiff.
She was on a pretty. She was in a bad way, and I was in a bad way. And
no wonder you two were made for.
Yeah, then we hooked up. And I couldn't figure out. She was cute. I was like, well, why can't she get great guys? How come she has to go out with a loser like me? That kind of bugged me. And then, of course, as soon as we were graduating college, we met junior year. I said, we got to get married. And she was like,
leaving.
She goes, well, my mother said, like, you know, I'm going to go to Columbia graduate school. Why don't I finish grad school and then we'll do it? I'm going, oh my God, if you go to grad school, you can meet a guy. So I quickly, I had to find a job in New York. That's why I didn't go into radio. I was like,
You're following her.
Yeah, I was like, well, I don't want to lose you. I lose you, I'm dead.
Like a puppy.
Yeah.
Like a puppy.
I don't want to lose you.
Like a stray.
And you know what kills me? You know, like I'm reading Larry King's column. Somebody interviewed him, and he's talking about, you know, I guess my track record with women, you know, you can't love someone your whole life. When you're in your 20s, you love one way, and then when you're in your 30s, you love... I'm like, that ugly jackass is sitting and talking about... He got some money because he had a high-profile job. He'd be hanging on to his first wife like there was a lifeboat. That guy's the ugliest guy on the planet. Of course he'd still be married. Hey, you don't love the same way when you're in your 20s as you love in your 30s. It's impossible to stay married to one woman. Yeah. If you have no conscience. He looks like an insect. He's talking about how he can't stay with one person. Yeah, he's a cootie. and he looks like, you know, listen to this quote from, this is Larry King. You got to hear this. It's from something called Big Talker magazine. Larry King will talk to anyone. Oh, no, American Way. Whatever that is.
That's the thing that turned me down.
Oh, okay. Says, how stable is your personal life now? Well, maybe for the first time in my life, Deanna may be the right person.
Right, of the week.
How many marriages have there been? Actually, 4 women, 5 marriages. I married Kaya's mother twice. The thing that made me feel the best about this was the late Dr. Carl Menninger. He said that multiple marriages were very normal because you can't love one person your whole life. What you love at 20 is not what you love at 30. No two people can grow together at the same pace. Yeah. Larry, you would have grown together with everyone if you didn't get that stupid job on the radio. You dickwad. Peckerhead. So Larry King finds the one dopey doctor who agrees with him. You know what I mean? Like gives him a whole rationale for his warped lifestyle.
Justifies all the stuff he's done.
For burning about 5 or 6 women and multiple engagements. And passing bad checks. He found a doctor who said it was normal.
Yeah, it's okay, Larry.
Yeah, he makes me feel good. Too bad he's dead.
Just the right thing.
Yeah.
You're not a scum.
Dr. Menninger never laughed at the multiple married person. The multiple married person. Now it's got a name. I never cheated. When it ended, it ended. I never lived with a woman out of wedlock in my life. Never, in fact. I'd be embarrassed by it. Oh, we found something Larry King would be embarrassed by.
He's not embarrassed by all the other stuff he did.
I wish I hadn't made some mistakes, but all in all, I've had a pretty good ride. What a dick. Then, of course, they ask him about radio, and he bashes me and Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
2 guys who are more successful than him.
He's eating up with jealousy.
Yeah, yeah. And his rap on me is that he says, well, Howard Stern, I could do what he does. Anybody could do it. Well, do it.
He's never done it.
Yeah, he's never entertained anyone.
Best, he never did what he did.
I've heard him try to be funny on his Larry King talk show. He's a bore.
But forget that. He's never had your rating success.
And then he says...
He's never had your charisma or the attraction of an audience the way you have.
And then he says, and Howard Stern, he couldn't do what I do. What, get low rating, get a 1 share? You're right, I couldn't. I don't think I could. I think my worst day I couldn't get a 1 share like you. Howard Stern couldn't do what we do.
Who's we?
Him and Bob Costas. Rush Limbaugh's a bully type. He will not debate. He's never come on our show. It's easy to handle a bully. I look him right in the eye, and I'm a skilled questioner. He's not. He's skilled at verbalistics, but I'm a skilled questioner.
Verbalistics?
Yeah. He's Larry King in a battle. Of course, Larry King in a real fist fight would get his ass kicked because he's such a wuss. But now he's in a battle of wit with Rush Limbaugh. I would be able to pull him apart. My heroes were Arthur Godfrey, Red Barber, and Bob and Ray. It was a classy profession, yeah. It was a classy profession 100 years ago. Then nobody listened to radio when Larry was on it. Nobody listened to radio, Larry, you dick. And nobody listened to you. That's why you were on overnights your entire career. When they put you on in afternoons, your career was over. You phony. I could do what Howard does. Get a rating. Let's see you do it. Today, Howard Stern couldn't hold Bob and Ray's left pinky on creativity. Then along came angry people, the Rush Limbaughs, the G. Gordon Liddies. It doesn't matter if they're screaming conservatives or screaming liberals. I hate soapbox broadcasters. Yeah, you hate anybody who's interesting, because you are a bore. Rush is a bully. He will not debate. He won't come on our show. It's easy to handle a bully. I could get him looking like a racist. I'm a skilled questioner. He's not. He's skilled at verbalistics. But he's a very nice guy, and he's got a gimmick.
Oh, so he backs off and says he's a nice guy.
That's another thing. I don't like gimmicky broadcast. He don't back off with me, though.
No.
Without sounding boastful, I could do the Howard Stern show tomorrow. Just as good. Just let me say anything I want. Well, who's stopping you? Who doesn't let you say anything you want? Jackie Gleason once said to me, if I put a pretty young couple on at 8 o'clock Sunday night on CBS having intercourse, I'm going to get a 70% share of the audience. But what am I proving? Was I creative? Yeah, that's all we do, Larry. We have naked women on the air having intercourse. You ditz. You stupid jerk. I hope you die of a heart attack. I hope God takes you today. You stupid fool. All the women you embarrass. You marry them. You engage them. I've had a pretty good role. I bet you all the women that you screwed over with that ugly puss, you insect, I bet you they think you had a pretty good role, too. I hope God gives you painful cancer and heart attack at the same time. And you go bald from chemotherapy. And you paint your head with shoe polish. I hope God takes all your hair but one strand, and you have to take that one strand, grow it 9 feet long, and wrap it around your head 100 times. And dewlap it. You freaky insect. You insect. They're going to have to paint your hair on like Groucho's mustache. Larry King, what an insect. A one share. Shame to yourself. You made no money for anybody. That's a vanity show on CNN. Ted Turner puts you on out of pity. Don't make money with that piece of garbage. Stupid ass. Who are you kidding? You couldn't go on a real network. They gave you a network show. Sunday night, they gave him a network show. Like an Ed Sullivan type show. Bombed in one show.
One show.
Did overnights his entire radio career where there were no ratings. Had they ever taken ratings on overnights, he would have been off the air. There were no ratings. They put him on an afternoon. Boom. Off the air in 6 months. The end to the Larry King afternoon experiment. And he could do what we do. He could do what Robin does and I do. You phony baloney. What a dickhead. You're not funny. You never made anybody laugh, you bore. The only people you make laugh are your wife's lawyers. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll come back and do the news.
We'll be back with the Howard Stern Show. Don't go away. Go.
Hi, this is Don King. I listen to Howard Stern. You know this guy is SKD, something kind of different. He's nuts. Wow. But you have to listen to him.
Don King, boy.
Yeah, takes one to know one, don't it?
Make a cheese. Tom Cruise. Nothing hunting.
Nothing hunting.
Yeah. All right.
I don't remember that one.
Beard.
All right.
Jerry, I love you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So we're in the news and trying to find out what the hell is just going on here.
Well, first of all, the first story I'm going to do today, Howard, is a very important story because it's about an event probably all of us have taken part in it some time or another, and it was always seen as rather...
Jackie's 4th of July party.
No, rather innocuous. But I have to alert everyone as to how dangerous it can be.
Reefer?
This happened in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm sorry to say that doctors were not able to reattach the hand to a man who lost it during a game of tug of war.
Yeah, you know, I believe that.
This guy, Stanley Farris.
Oh, I'm going to vomit.
21 years old.
Is that when you wrap the rope around your hand?
He wrapped the rope around his wrist. He was the anchor man for his team.
Yes.
He was at a company picnic.
Great.
This is supposed to be the hijinks. You all get together. Hey, let's play tug of war.
Come on, you please.
So he wrapped the rope around his wrist.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh.
The other team gave a hard tug.
Yeah.
And his hand came right off.
Did it really pop off?
Came off.
It ripped off.
Severed.
Oh, my
Completely pulled
Lord.
the hand off.
Oh, my.
The hand was put on ice.
Oh, my.
And they raced him to the hospital.
Really?
But the injury was too serious to allow for a reattachment.
Could they just let it hang there?
Oh.
Like a Bob Dole hand? You wrap a pen in it?
It wasn't alive, you know. It wouldn't ever be able to stay alive that way.
Unbelievable. They can give you a liver, but they can't put your hand back on. And they can fix your
when
penis.
You rip it off like that, you know, with a rope. I mean, just pull it off you.
Worst part is they also lost the tug of war, didn't they? Did the other team win?
I guess that would be a loss if you let go of the rope.
That's embarrassing. Man, that must have hurt. And the hand ripped off. Like, you would think, like, maybe the tendons and stuff would get pulled, but you're saying it ripped off.
Yeah.
Was the guy screaming? Like was you, hey, stop the tug of war.
Well, he didn't have to, you know, they were gone. He was standing back. There was no hand. His hand was over there, and he was back here.
They interviewed the guy after it happened. Here's the tape. Let me play the tape. Oh, come on. Let's really... And they interviewed him.
Damn the dance! Damn the dance! Smegger cheese. Smegger cheese. Smegger cheese.
He's got a good sense of humor.
Well, he's a little delirious.
That's dope, man.
There you go. Well,
so just to alert you of the dangers.
That's a good report you just did.
Tug of war. Do not wrap the rope around your wrist.
You know what you remind me of? 60 Minutes, when you learn something on that show.
It's an expose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking, well, where do you wrap the rope? Did you wrap it around your waist?
They usually do.
No, what you do is you don't play that game. Like my mother says, what do you need the tug of war for?
Don't be the anchor, whatever.
Right. What do you need that for, a tug of war? Oh, it's such crap. What's it through? Your father played that once. I hated it.
Sounds negative. It is competitive.
Right. It is competitive. I like non-competitive sports.
I just think
something
that's
for
horrible. You know, something so supposedly harmless.
Ooh, Robin.
Causing you that.
I've done that a million times.
Yeah, I mean, we used to do, radio stations used to hold promotions like that.
We have actual pictures. No one would think to put them in a book, would they? They were so embarrassingly bad and ugly.
Pictures? What pictures?
Yeah. How dare you?
Yeah, look at the danger we were in, and we didn't even know it.
Yeah, we used to do tug of wars.
Yeah.
Actually, you and I used to supervise the tug of war, didn't we?
Well, actually, we would be the lead guy on each team.
Yeah.
I'd have a team, and you'd have a team.
Yeah.
Somebody else was anchoring. We didn't anchor.
Yeah, radio's great. Those were real fun days. We were nutty. We had a lot of fun going to different events with our listeners and playing tug of war. Oh.
So, just wanted to let you know that this is not something you want to do.
Jackie's always the anchor man. He loves tug of war.
Talk about it.
This is Mother Teresa.
All right.
An incredible story also out of Tampa, Florida. A 3-year-old girl with a cellular phone and a quick-thinking mom averted a nightmare.
What happened?
Well, they didn't really avert a nightmare, but they actually had a happy ending to a nightmarish situation. The woman and her little girl were driving out of a gas station with a man hiding on the floor of the car. It was one of those scenes, you know, in the movies. They always have those scenes where you go into the gas station and then you come out and you get in your car and somebody has gotten into the back seat and all of a sudden they spring out.
Yeah.
Well, this woman actually had it happening. A man sprung from the floor, pulled a gun, and demanded to be driven to Tampa International Airport.
The first thing he said to them was, "Mac and cheese."
Oh, stop it.
It's true.
Once there, he shoved the mother into the trunk and locked her in. Jackie. But
Jackie
before
loves
she before she was yanked from the car and thrown into the trunk, she dialed 911
Yes.
on her cell phone.
Right.
And handed it to her 3-year-old daughter.
So while she was getting locked in the trunk, the kid was on the phone.
Yeah, the kid had the phone, and the guy who wanted to be driven to the airport just ran, I guess, into the airport.
I see.
So, the mother's locked in the car trunk. She can't do anything about it. But the kid, at least, has the cell phone, and it's already dialed to 911. So she winds up facilitating her mother's rescue by staying on the phone, not hanging up, which kids often do. Maybe the cell phone's hard to hang up.
I can't believe that.
But she she was instrumental in having people find the car and save her mother. Here's a little bit of that 911 call.
Wow. Let's hear this. Can't believe you went out and got this. Good for you, Robin.
I know. Don't be scared. I'm talking to you. Okay? Harry, we're going to find Mommy.
What a heartless bastard. Locked the mother in the trunk and left the kid in the car?
And they finally told the child to start honking the horn.
Yeah.
And she did. She sat there and beat the horn. And that's how they found.
Gee, my kid could never figure that out. Hey, it's a bozo car. Hey, kid, what is your mom in the circus?
45
Yeah, it's a clown car.
One of those little cars.
45 people are going to come out.
So by her honking the horn, they were able to find the car, and they got the trunk open. The woman was unconscious but still alive, and they saved her.
Wow. Boy, because most 3-year-olds wouldn't know what the hell they were doing. That's what the kid was saying? I'm scared? I would hang up. I'd be like, this is a phony phone call. Goodbye. Don't jerk me around.
Thank goodness they don't have you working the 911 line.
I know. Don't be scared. I'm talking to you.
There you go, baby.
Harry,
I'm just amazed that the 3-year-old
we're going to find Mommy.
was able to tell them anything.
Yeah.
She described what the sky looked like around her and all this stuff. And that's how they located the car.
That kid said more to that 911 operator than Fred has said to me all year.
Jonathan.
Oh, dear. Meanwhile, it is the 1-year anniversary of the death of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. That's not
I knew that was coming.
And they are at Mezzaluna Restaurant. I think they were supposed to close down today.
Yeah, well, yeah.
In observance of that, and there will be some kind of memorial or candlelight vigil for her conducted by the family.
Is that right?
And the trial is still going on. Today, I guess it's time for another one of those showdowns between the prosecution and the defense, because sometime during the day today, we expect the man who actually conducted the autopsy, that Dr. Golden, to take the stand, and it's already been agreed to that he committed a lot of errors in the autopsy. So I'm sure the defense is going to try to make mincemeat out of him, much as they did with Dennis Fung. So I expect those kind of fireworks to be going on in the trial today. Let's get to the reports of illness and wellness among celebrities who are ill.
Who's ill?
Mickey Mantle, of course, received a liver.
I thought he got a liver.
Last week, and he has now vowed that he will support donor programs to try to increase awareness of the need for
so alcoholics can get new livers.
Guys who destroy themselves. and have another shot at it.
Right.
So, here is a report on Mickey's progress from Paula Garrison, a spokesperson at Baylor University Medical Center down in Dallas.
After surgery, the movement is necessary because he risks pneumonia and that kind of thing, so it reduces the complications that might occur.
Mickey got up and actually took a few steps. They say it wasn't enough to get him to home or to first base, but it was a start.
That's great.
They're going to be moving him around, and he was able to watch some baseball. You know, so he's on the mend.
Good. I'm glad he got to have a lifetime of abuse and live. Oh, man. What happened? He took a step and he walked towards the bar.
Well, let's hope that doesn't.
Carnegie beard.
I know you resent people who get that kind of an opportunity.
Hey, if I was like an alcoholic, I would just say, hey, I got a new liver. I'm going to go drink. What's the point? It's going to last at least another 30 years.
Out of respect for the person who died, I think you ought to take care of the liver.
Yeah, ask Papa John Phillips. He's taking care of it right now.
Well, that's just my opinion.
He's nursing that liver with a nice Rob Roy. Jerry, I love you.
Meanwhile, actor Christopher Reeve remains...
You were right, actor.
remains in University of Virginia Medical Center in Charlottesville, Virginia, following an equestrian accident. They say now that he has movement in both shoulders, which shows that signals are getting past the area of injury. It's still too early to predict that he will get movement of all of his limbs, though.
Wait, signals are getting through. Christopher Reeve should take up drinking. Get a new liver.
Here is Jeff Ware, an administrator at the medical center.
I told you, he's going to walk just fine. He's Superman.
That's how Chris Reeve is doing.
I believe he has been taken off the ventilator and given some solid food, but then has been put back on the ventilator.
Mega cheese.
So you understand what they're saying. He's still struggling to breathe while they took him off the ventilator for a little while. He's not capable of staying off and breathing on his own.
That's too bad. Yeah.
Still very touch and go there.
Mickey Mantle should start horseback riding now that he's got a healthy liver.
And they say that the other celebrity who has been in the news because of illness is...
Fred Norris.
No.
Wait, I know who.
China Dan.
China Dan.
No, it's not. It's Billy Graham.
Billy Graham.
Tom Cruise.
And I understand that he is also on the mend. He collapsed last week during a meeting in Toronto, but they say he's getting better now. He suffers from Parkinson's disease.
Probably attendance was down at those places he goes to milk everybody, so he got himself sick.
You think there's some ulterior motive?
You know who else is sick?
Who?
Dutton Hutton.
Dutton Hutton?
He is not.
No.
Vicious rumors.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with more news from Robin right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Stay right there. 7-1 Eagle. We're back with The Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
And I put so much energy into these, we're back with The Howard Stern Show with the right music and everything. And then these dumb stations, they start changing it.
Yeah, I think there was a fax that came in today reporting on some of the things that they're saying.
Oh.
At some of the other stations.
Please send me copies so I can get that all together. I'm just sick over it. I just can't win. Dopes. You know, I just spilled, during the break I was eating my lunch, and I spilled Durkee's hot sauce, red hot sauce, right on my crotch.
Oh.
So now it looks like I'm having my period. Now, how am I going to walk around all day with that?
Do you have meetings today?
No.
Oh, well, then you don't have a problem.
Well, look at it. It looks like I cut my penis off and it's bleeding.
Let me see. I can't see.
See it?
Oh, you bleeding.
I'm embarrassed. I'll turn off that camera.
They're trying to get a picture.
Did you hear them? There's no picture today. I feel like I just got circumcised again.
Not really.
No, but I feel like it.
You mean it looks like it?
Yes.
That's a very difficult thing to go through at your age.
Yeah, I couldn't handle it. I handled it pretty good when I was young, though. No anesthesia.
Hey, you were up and around the next day.
Yeah, no big deal.
Another one of these holy men is in the hospital.
Who's that?
Cardinal Joseph Bernardin.
You know what he said when he got out? They have a tape of it.
He's
Here's what he
not
said.
out yet.
Well, here's what he said when they interviewed him.
This is Mother Teresa speaking from the bed. God don't want me yet, man. I got more feet to taste.
The cardinal is an archbishop, the archbishop of Chicago.
Wow.
Says he got a phone call from Pope John Paul II.
Oh, that must have made his day.
In preparation for his exploratory surgery to determine if he has cancer. He says he was quite surprised that the Pope was on the phone.
Hello, Pope. Hello, my son. What's happening? I hear you're going in for some surgery. That sounds real tough, but God is with you. Be proud. Be strong. Do not fret.
He said the Pope talked to him about the redemptive value of suffering.
You know about the redemptive value of suffering, don't you? I believe you do. I don't have to go over the scripture with you, my Archbishop. We will conquer the world with our knowledge of the scripture. I am the Pope.
This is a very tough operation. They're going in to determine if he has pancreatic cancer, and you know that's a very deadly form of cancer.
Don't be afraid. The more suffering, the greater your afterlife will be. Do not fear. They who criticize do not understand. Be strong, be brave, be proud to be a priest. Pray, my son. Between you and me, I'm going to let you in on a secret because you are so sick. I have never said this to anybody else, but I am the Pope and you are the Archbishop of Chicago. I want you to pray, but it will do you no good because it's all malarkey. I realized that when they made me Pope. I figured something would happen. I would talk to God or something like this. And you sit here and you wait and you wait and you wait, and nobody talks. You realize it's all BS. But it's a hell of a business. Tax-free money. You could just as well bark at the moon. And your prayers would be answered.
That's your opinion. Here is...
So we keep waiting, waiting over and over again for some sort of sign from the Holy Father. But so far, no sign. Yeah, I crap around a lot and I tell people I got a sign. Of course, they want to hear that I'm the Pope. So, what can I tell you?
Well, here is Maria Salemi, who is a spokesperson for Cardinal Bernardin, and she says he was prepared to face whatever happened after surgery.
He himself has expressed faith in God and faith in his surgeon and is ready to accept whatever is meant to be.
It is taught to be a priest. They don't understand this. You eat a wafer, you drink the wine, you stare at the cans of the woman in the first row or the crotch of a young boy, whatever your preference. At least our clothes are loose, so that we have movement for any type of arouse.
Oh.
Well, this is just one priest to another. This is not meant for your ears, Robin. I am talking to the Father. This is the conversation. Many people don't know we do not wear underpants and swing loose. This is a secret of the Holy Church. Only Jesus knows when you have a boner. No one in the congregation can tell.
Yes.
I don't. I've said more amazing things in my lifetime. Being the Pope is lonely, though. Everyone looks to you. You know, sometimes I put on a yarmulke and I go, nya, 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 nya. It's wild, you know. Why are there only 10 commandments? Where is the 11th commandment? I don't know. I don't have an answer. These are the questions I ponder day in, day and out, as I sit in my Pope-mobile and play with the horn. Honk, 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 the horn. Over and over every day. You know that giant hat I wear, Robin?
Yes. The pointy one?
The big pointy hat. Sometimes under my big funny hat I keep a bottle of ketchup for burgers after the ceremony. I love it so much.
You enjoy your office.
I love my ketchup bottle. And people don't know there's a bottle under their hat. That's what fools them every time. And then there are times during the ceremony, and a ceremony could take 4 hours. Mm-hmm. I will balance the bottle.
That whole time?
The whole time on my head. People don't realize that I am not only reading from the Holy Scripture, but I am balancing a thick bottle of ketchup on my head while I tell the people not to be afraid.
You are amazing.
And then when
really
I get off my pulpit,
yes,
I am so very hungry that I glug the ketchup down with the burger.
Without the burger.
Sometimes with the burger, sometimes without the burger. But only Heinz is my favorite. Heinz is the favorite ketchup of those in the archdiocese. We live a lonely life. Not a lot of excitement. One time I went to the bathroom, and then I had to, in a rush, administer the communion.
Oh, dear.
And I never washed my hands.
I don't want to talk about it. But...
And I always felt bad. This I did. It was my only sin the whole time.
Did you confess that to someone? Who does the Pope confess to?
To the person. The main man. The man himself. It was unbelievable. I tried to pee at the urinal with those stupid robes. It is impossible. I am going to make a big change in the church. In the next couple of years, we will change the uniform and put a fly in the dress.
Let me ask you something. Now, when the Pope goes, does somebody stand at the door so nobody else can come in?
No, I have my own private bathroom.
But when you're out going around...
I don't go out around. I hold it in. If I really have to make a papal visit, I will hold it in until I get back home where I'm comfortable.
Is that right? Because I wondered about that. You can't be standing at the urinal and have somebody stand next to you.
Of course not, because I have to hold up the robe like I'm mooning. Do you understand? Imagine you walk in and you see me holding up the robe. You see my whole butt cheeks hanging out. I am the Pope. I cannot be seen in such an embarrassingly terrible light. People look up to me as a deity himself.
That's right. You can't be seen doing such human things.
Robin, I don't think there's a God. I don't know. I can't figure it out. I thought something would happen when I became the Pope, that they would contact me. Hello, I said. No answer. What could this be? One time, I said, God, answer me. I am the Pope. And there was no answer. One time I bent over to give the communion, and my ketchup bottle clunked a woman on the head and knocked her out cold. I forgot it was on there.
Somebody thought it was a miracle.
Yes. Just once I would love to do a sermon without all this heavy paraphernalia, the robes and the hats.
Really, just in a regular old set of clothes?
Yeah, like a hot pants and pasties. Something like this.
Oh, come on. Let's go on. I can't talk to the Pope all day.
I could do this all day.
I can't talk to you all day.
Yes, I am Pope Bela Lugosi.
Look, your cardinal is going. He's in surgery now.
Yes.
And
he will live, I predict. He has lived a holy life.
Is it pancreatic cancer or not? You going to give us a prediction?
I will ask the OJ 8-ball. OJ 8-ball. Will my Archbishop of Chicago live a beautiful, blessed, healthy life after his operation? I would like to know.
It happens.
What do you make of that?
It happens. He will live a...
Yes.
Oh, I guess that's a yes.
That is a yes. It is a sign. Magic old ball.
Old ball?
Yes. Will they ever put a zipper in my robe so I can stand at the urinal like a man?
Yeah.
Another yes.
Why does my ankle hurt? I don't go bike riding.
Can I move on now?
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Pope.
The Pope says, move on.
Thank
Get
you.
on with it.
Nicole Kidman, who is the wife of Tom Cruise, has been in the press lately. She's out doing the promotion for the new movie Batman Returns or Batman Forever, whatever it's called.
Right.
And, of course, the question constantly comes up, is Tom Cruise gay?
Yeah, what's the story on that?
Well, she keeps saying she would bet all of her money and his money that he's not gay. So, what am I supposed to say? But she does have something to say to us about the tabloids and constantly having to answer these questions.
Well, she needs some ketchup. I have some under my hat. Who cares if someone is gay or not? What do I care? I will ask God if Tom Cruise is a homo. He knows all the homos. He is God. God, is Tom Cruise a homo? I get the answer. No. God said no.
Oh, okay. Well, that's reassuring to us all. Anyway, here's Nicole Kidman on tabloids.
90% of the stuff that people write about us is untrue, and 10% is true. So as long as people keep that in mind, then I think people are smart enough now to realize that in regard to a lot of the tabloid journalism. I mean, for us, we really value our privacy.
Oh, what an annoying
We realize
woman.
that there is times when you're going to be photographed. We don't freak out about it to the extent of, needing bodyguards and running around hiding and stuff. I mean, you have to say, well, we're in this situation and we're going to deal with this situation. Otherwise, you go insane.
Wow. What? Try yes or no. Yes, no.
And finally, to round out this newscast, how about a little music from Pocahontas?
I love that. What is it, Bobby?
I just had the best phone call in the office. I could not get her to come on the air.
Who's that?
Was, probably a lady, I guess she was like in her early 50s, but she was so upset about this whole thing you were doing about the Catholic Church, and she was screaming about how you call yourself a genius, but it doesn't take a genius to make fun of the church.
Yeah.
And she called the FCC 15 times, but apparently there's no law against talking about the church.
Oh, no, keep calling. Keep calling.
They'll make a law.
They'll make a law for me.
She's very, very upset.
Yeah, I'm going to tell her a secret. But nobody else listen. Lady, I'm not really the Pope. Dope. Oh, Fred, sorry to burst your bubble. What is it, Robin?
I was going to say the music, please, from Pocahontas.
Is it called Colors of the Wind? Oh, there it is.
Just like this. Coco makes all way before time. Coco makes.
All right, what is that called? Colors of the Wind?
There's one called Just Around the River Bend.
Just Around the River Bend. Oh, I have that. Okay, here we go. Just Around the River Bend. From Pocahontas, the cartoon that all the imbeciles sat in Central Park with their kids from 10 o'clock in the morning.
I want to remind them of what a good time they had over the weekend.
Hey, man, give me your money. Hey, I'm here with my kids. I'm just trying to watch the movie. Give me your money, I'll kill you. Dad, wake up.
And here's more. Here's Colors of the Wind. Two of these songs that parents will be hearing ad nauseum.
I love it. Why do cartoon characters have to sing? Like in The Lion King, when I go to watch that with the kids. Just sit through all these songs. I want to fast forward and I get insulted. Sing a song about a drunken Indian. Where's my bottle of fire water? Oh, I'm going to sell some turquoise trinkets to these dumb white people. Tell them it's a piece of the sky.
You are terrible.
I was out in Arizona. The Indians were telling me how turquoise is a piece of the sky.
Did you talk to them?
Oh, yeah, sure. I was rapping to them. Yeah, when I could get them out of their stupor. Nah, a lot of them were sober. That's like a stereotype.
Did something. Graduated.
Yeah,
yes.
I was wrong. Hey, man, I'm sorry. I found some sober Indians. Hunky donkey.
Let me just point out, that is not from Pocahontas, the Disney movie.
Yeah. I swapped a bottle of bourbon for a couple of those turquoise pieces.
Still doing trading instead
Yeah.
of exchanging money.
Yeah, they don't like money. They call it wampum. They don't like our money. Oh, it's not real good. To me, scotch.
What's this paper?
Liquid.
Well, anyway.
Me want liquid wampum. Me want Jägermeister.
Well, that's what's happening, folks.
Thanks, Robin. Great newscast. I learned a lot. I really did. I really fill up on my thing. Right. Robin, God bless you and your book, Quivers of Life. It continues to soar to new heights. Everyone talking about it. There's controversy and a lot of different things going on around it.
I can't believe you said God bless you.
God bless you. Right.
Oh, and this weekend, where am I off to this weekend? I think I'm going to Dallas.
Oh, boy, that's going to be fun. That's going to be great. So people will be able to... Will you give the actual bookstore tomorrow and tell us where it's going to be?
I'll find out all the information
All
and
right.
tell you where I'm going to be in Dallas.
What? Mega cheese. Mega cheese, right. Jackie the Joke Man Martling. Over 300... All right.
Dope is.
All right, over 350 filthy jokes on CD or cassette. It's $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special, buy two, get one free. 1-800-323-KING. Saturday night, June 24th, Jackie's going to be at Club Benet, Robin.
Oh, that's good.
In Sayreville, New Jersey. For jokes and Jokeland's internet address, call 516-9221. Remember, 516-9221 is not a pay service.
I just found out the information of where I'm going to be in Dallas.
Go ahead.
2 o'clock, Taylor's. That's on 5455 Belt Road in Dallas. So June 17th, Saturday. Taylor's.
I love you. All right. Fred Mania comes
See you there.
Fred Mania comes to Jersey, the Fred Norris Band at Club Benet this Friday, June 16th. And to order a signed copy of Stuttering John CD, call 201-942-OUCH. Will you be on time for your book signing?
I don't know.
Let's hope.
There will be a report, though.
All right. All right.
I'll try to do everything you would do, Howard, when
Good.
I'm there, and I'll see if it works.
Oh, I would run right out of town. Mega cheese. I would just mega cheese. Hey, if you're planning a wedding or party, you need a DJ. Excuse me? All right. Cut it out.
That's dope, is.
If you're planning a wedding or party and you need a DJ, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040. All right, to anyone who was offended by today's show, too bad. All right, we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully.
97.1 The Eagle, 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 The Eagle.